Chapter 318. Madam, I'm really sorry. The other venue is in the north of the city. It's about 2 hours from here, the attendant replied. Because of the traffic congestion in the city, 40 kilometers suddenly became extremely far. I see. First Madam smiled. Huang Yao is playing tricks this year, isn't it? You separated me from that bitch. Find the person in charge or else I'll make a scene. The venue. How could the waiter bear the responsibility? He quickly went to Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi. They looked at each other and quickly left the guests. They walked up to eldest Madame Lu. However, just as Mu Qiqi was about to speak, Mrs. Lu was about to slap her. But Sheng Xiao grabbed her wrist and said coldly, "Do you know who you just touched?" He Crown Prince. Eldest Mrs. Lu withdrew her hand and sneered. Your fiancé is so smart. She even thought of separating me from that bitch. But do you think I won't cause her trouble after separating us? You guys are too simple-minded. The other side should also be able to see these screens, right? In fact, Sheng Xiao had predicted that this would happen. So the fashion arena was half an hour late. In other words, they were still using the screen to do something else. Mu Qiqi was naturally angry since she was almost slapped. It was especially so when she saw that eldest Madame Lu was still clinging to her hatred after so many years, and did not care about her husband. Mu Qiqi felt that eldest Madame Lu deserved it. However, even though he thought so, he still had to do what he had to do. First Madam, can you listen to me before you lose your temper? What? You still want to salvage your failed plan? Lady Lu coldly snorted. She was indeed very beautiful, especially when she was wearing a silver-white dress. Her figure was very graceful. One could imagine how much effort she had put in to win against young Madame Lu. I just feel sorry for eldest young Master Lu. Mu Qiqi mentioned eldest Madam's husband. You only think about revenge, but you don't know that eldest young master used his own reputation to help you take revenge. He courageously married his brother's ex-wife and was stabbed in the back by millions of knives. But what about you? Have you ever thought about him? As far as I know, younger Madame Lu is already having her third child this year. However, you haven't given birth to any children for eldest young master. You have the title of eldest young master's wife and enjoy the treatment of a wife, but you haven't fulfilled the duties of a wife. Who do you think you are taking revenge on? Is that young Mrs. Lu? She's a mother of 3 now. Who did you hurt? Eldest Madame Lu froze at Mu Qiqi's words. After all, she had assumed that Mu Qiqi would talk nonsense to persuade her like any other person. She did not expect that Mu Qiqi would be so blunt. That's none of your business. It has nothing to do with me. I just feel that it's a pity. Do you know how much effort the eldest young master spent to give you such a precious gift? You can't even see the eldest young master in your eyes. You only know how to take revenge. But since you've taken revenge, why can your enemy still have 3 children and live happily? You only remember that you were betrayed. But have you ever thought about who held your hand when you fell into the abyss and gave you the position you have today? If it wasn't for the eldest young master, do you think you would still have the chance to stand here? Mu Qiqi criticized the woman in front of her angrily. The best revenge is to live a happier and more carefree life than that woman. You don't have to exhaust yourself and drag others down. How old is the eldest young master? How many years can he wait for you? Have you thought about it? Eldest Madam was silent. None of the people around her, not even her husband, had ever said such things to her. I've never seen a woman more selfish than you. You have such a good husband, but you don't want him. You hurt him so badly. If you really don't like the eldest young master and want revenge, you should just give up your position as his wife. Why would you let your benefactor get hurt? Eldest Madam burst into tears at that. After all, Mu Qiqi was accusing her of being a bad woman from head to toe. I hate being betrayed too. I've been hurt countless times, but it's to teach me how to distinguish between good and bad. It's so that I can cherish those who never leave me even when I'm in trouble. If you still want to take revenge, I won't stop you. Tonight, the reason why this place is so warm is because I want to give you and your wife a chance to open your hearts. If you still want to hold on to the past, then you can leave this place. I'll send someone to send you to another place. However, You have to know what you're going to lose tonight. I definitely can't have a husband anymore. No matter how much love I have, it will all disappear. Eldest Madame Lu suddenly panicked at Mu Qiqi's last few words. In fact, she was afraid that her husband could not let her go after so many years. But after Mu Qiqi said so much, she realized that she had been blinded by the situation. She had put all the hurt on her husband. Are you still leaving? Eldest Madame's feet were as heavy as lead. How could she still walk? Then I'll be honest with you. You can't see our conversation just now on the other side. I'll also tell you in advance that young Master Lu is here tonight. Having such a good husband is the biggest blow to that woman, isn't it? The corner of eldest Madame Lu's mouth trembled slightly. Tears were welling up in her eyes. If you still want to, you should let go now. Take revenge on those who hurt you in a brilliant way. Don't be the stupidest person. You'll hurt yourself while hurting your enemy. Can I? Mu Qiqi asked eldest Madame Lu with utmost sincerity in the last 3 words. Eldest Madame Lu thought for a moment. Then, as if she had made up her mind, she said, I'll listen to your arrangement. Everyone present could not help but applaud eldest Madame Lu's courage. Mu Qiqi felt relieved. Then she smiled. If that's the case, there are many surprises waiting for you tonight. Enjoy it. Let the other side be envious of you. All the guests present gave Mu Qiqi a thumbs up. She was the first person who dared to talk to eldest Madame Lu like that. Of course, it was a blow to the head. Then, Sheng Xiao held Mu Qiqi's waist and reminded her to look outside. Eldest Madame Lu was already at the entrance of the venue with a bouquet of roses. Everyone cheered as well. That was when the other side finally saw the scene. Chapter 319. If eldest sister Lu was a sentimental person who was obsessed with revenge, then the younger Mrs. Lu would be a shrewd person. She did not have a powerful background, but she knew that marrying into a rich family was the only way for her to have a few more sons. This kind of thing, couldn't it be learned from the newspapers? Moreover, after years of evolution, the younger Mrs. Lu had learned how to behave like a rich lady. She knew how to increase her value, and how to make a man fall for her. All these years, she had been relying on the eldest Mrs. Lu to target her. Tonight was the VVIP night of Huang Yao. Rumor had it that this event was planned by the 18-year-old bride of the Sheng family. When she appeared in the main venue of the fashion show, she had a hunch that this 18-year-old girl would not be easy to deal with, because she had participated in so many events of Huang Yao. But this was the only time she felt that the VVIP night of Huang Yao had been reborn. The main venue of the fashion show was full of singing and dancing, but it did not have the tacky atmosphere of a nightclub. It was very fashionable and special. Most importantly, there would be countless Easter eggs tonight. Huang Yao would show the latest season's new products to the VIPs. This was a privilege that only the VIPs could have. Looking at her side, the younger Mrs. Lu could not help but feel disappointed when her rival was not there. But soon, the live broadcast from the main venue of the fashion show changed. At this time, the people in the main venue of the fashion show finally understood that Huang Yao had arranged 2 main venues. Of course, they thought that the main venue of the fashion show would be upstairs or downstairs. But the waiter told them that the main venue of the fashion show was on the other side of the city. This kind of exciting arrangement was novel even for the people from the warm home, not to mention the trendy wives who were always studying fashion. So they were very satisfied with the arrangement of Huang Yao. They were very surprised. At this time, the screen in the main venue of the fashion show was showing the eldest Lu's son entering the main venue of the fashion show with roses in his hand. He walked straight to the eldest Mrs. Lu and knelt down in front of her. Zixin, I don't know if you are ready to be my real wife, but I still want to take this opportunity to give it a try. Seeing this, younger Mrs. Lu took a sip of whiskey and sneered. This woman only has revenge in her heart. How can she have time for love? It was also because the First Lady was focused on revenge that the little madam was quite proud of herself. As young Master Lu entered, the beautiful sound of the violin began to play. Mrs. Lu looked at her husband and thought of what Mu Qiqi had said to her just now. Of course she was touched and guilty, so she covered her mouth and cried out loud. At the same time, She reached out and pulled her husband up. Do you still want me? Seeing the two of them hugging each other tightly, the crowd burst into applause. Of course I'm willing. I've been waiting for you to come back. Eldest Mrs. Lu nodded and hugged her husband tightly. At this time, the treasures of the heartwarming home ground were also sent over. The waiter carefully pushed the set of precious jewelry in front of the crowd and introduced it to them. This set of jewelry is called Match Made in Heaven. It was a famous piece of Huang Yao's early years. But because Huang Yao was in a crisis, unfortunately, this set of jewelry was auctioned by the CEO at that time. It has been circulating abroad for many years. Fortunately, young Master Lu has found it. He wants to give this set of jewelry to his beloved wife, Miss Zhang Zixin. He hopes that she can understand that she is the happiest woman in the world. Everyone was amazed when the set of jewelry was presented. It was a priceless treasure for both Huang Yao and the guests. But now, it was given to eldest Mrs. Lu. It was priceless. The guests were all amazed by the brilliance of the set of jewelry. Mrs. Lu could not hold back her tears no matter how hard she tried. She said, "For so many years, I have been obsessed with the past and failed to be a good wife. I really feel guilty. In the future, I will take good care of you, take good care of this family, and give birth to the cutest baby for you." Eldest Lu put the set of jewelry on eldest Mrs. Lu and said, "You don't have to compare yourself with anyone, because I am the one who can give you happiness more than my brother. You are the biggest blow to them since the day you married me." Then, the two of them hugged each other tightly. At that moment, music suitable for dancing started playing. Eldest Mrs. Lu looked at the two of them on the screen. She was the one who felt uncomfortable now, because at this moment, the sense of accomplishment she felt when she took everything away from eldest Mrs. Lu was gone. More importantly, that bitch actually had such a priceless set of jewelry. On the other hand, although her husband did not go out to fool around, their love for each other was getting worse day by day. Not to mention jewelry, she rarely saw gifts now. Moreover, he was always working overtime in the company, and this was the result of her hard work. If she did not work hard, her husband would have found a new lover. Mu Qiqi was very pleased to see this. She leaned on Sheng Zhao's chest and smiled. "Xiao Xiao, don't you think this is good? I really don't understand why eldest Mrs. Lu is so obsessed with revenge." Sheng Zhao's eyes were charming. Under the romantic and warm light, he hugged the little one in his arms. The event of Huang Yao this time would be reported in the news. Sure enough, the little one's ability was endless. She was also a little one who made him proud. Now, as long as we are sure that there is no problem at the main venue of the fashion show, we should be safe tonight, right? I will remember you in my heart. What's the use of that? Mu Qiqi could not help but snort. Grandpa Sheng wanted Sheng Minghui to take all the credit. Be good. I will reward you well tonight. Pff, that bastard. He was obviously asking for benefits for himself. However, when the two of them were getting intimate, eldest Lu came to them and thanked them. "Miss Mu, I really have to thank you for helping me get my wife back. When you came to me at first, I thought you were just fooling around. I am sorry for my attitude back then. If you really want to thank me, you should take revenge for your wife. She has had enough of it for so many years." "Don't worry. No, I don't want to take revenge. That bitch is the mother of 3 children now. I don't want to be a sinner." Mrs. Lu came to them and held her husband's hand. She said to them, "Those who owe you emotionally will betray you, and they will also betray her. Let's see what happens to her." Chapter 320. Because there was something that he had considered for a long time, but did not tell his wife. It was that his brother had another female star outside. Because he pitted his 3 nephews and nieces, he did not want his wife, which made him even more ridiculous. Now that his wife had let it go, then, it would not hurt to say it out. The popular female singer Mengru is his new sweetheart. Mu Qiqi and Madame Lu were stunned after hearing what eldest Lu said. "Is that true?" "Zixin, I hid it from you." "I know." Mrs. Lu quickly interrupted her husband. "Because you don't want to push me into the abyss of hatred. If it was not for the event in Huang Yao, and Sister Qiqi's reminder, I would definitely take revenge on that bitch if I knew about it. If that happened, their 3 children would hate me very much. I just did not expect that bitch to snatch a piece of trash after all these years. This way, my heart will feel more comfortable. In the future, I will be able to live more wholeheartedly. Because Mrs. Lu was a smart woman. She would soon find out what her husband was doing. That was the consequence of being a mistress. There were only 0 or countless times of cheating. I think this is worth a drink. Crown Prince, do you want a drink? Mr. Lu asked Sheng Xiao. To thank you, I have brought Lafite. Sheng Xiao did not move at first. Then he hugged his little one and said, it would be impolite to refuse. Seeing that, Mrs. Lu held Mu Qiqi's hand warmly. Let's keep in touch in the future. I am really grateful to you. I hope to be friends with you. Okay, let's have dinner together when we have time. Mu Qiqi nodded. At the same time, the younger Mrs. Lu was irritated by what had happened to Mrs. Lu. She called her husband. Do you know what your brother bought for that bitch? Priceless jewelry. But what about you? Darling, I have handed over all my financial power. Are you still not satisfied? Go and buy whatever you like. After that, the man hung up the phone. Younger Mrs. Lu could only stand in the corridor angrily. At this time, a long-haired woman in a white dress walked to younger Mrs. Lu and said, last week, someone saw your husband shopping with a female star. They were hugging each other intimately. Nonsense. Do I need to lie to you? They're just pitiful people in this circle. Then the woman took out her phone and showed her a photo. I was wondering why Meng Ru suddenly became popular recently. Turns out it's all because of your husband. Younger Mrs. Lu was stunned when she saw the picture. I'm at home giving birth to this bastard. And he's actually out fooling around? Forgive me for being blunt, but aren't you the one who hooked up with him? The woman laughed. It's not that I'm being nosy, but Meng Ru is an artist in my brother's company. She's always restless. I'm afraid that she's plotting something against my brother, so I sent someone to follow her. I didn't expect that. It's a gift for you tonight. Younger Mrs. Lu clenched her fists after hearing that. She could not control herself at all. So, she did not finish the event in Huangyao. Instead, she called her husband again. Where are you? I'm working overtime in the company. Then, she went to her husband's company, but there was no one there. Then, she went online to check Meng Ru's whereabouts. She knew that she was attending an event and was resting in one of the hotels. So, she drove there and took out a small package. She asked the receptionist, this is Mr. Lu Chongfeng's thing. He asked me to bring it to him. But I don't have his room number. Can you pass it to him for me? Yes, ma'am. Then younger Mrs. Lu hid in a corner. The receptionist called the room number. About 5 minutes later, she saw her husband coming downstairs. Then, she paid the waiter to follow her husband upstairs to see which room he was staying in. Soon, the waiter told her that he was staying in the room next to Meng Ru's. After knowing the news, younger Mrs. Lu's body trembled. She could finally understand how eldest Mrs. Lu felt. She wanted to go up and tear that mistress into pieces. No, to prevent herself from ending up like eldest Mrs. Lu, younger Mrs. Lu immediately called her people. She wanted to catch the bastard in the act and get the evidence. Then, she would have the right to speak in court. Stealing was stealing after all. She did not expect her retribution to come so soon. No, she didn't even know that what she had stolen was a bomb that had been planted a long time ago. That night, Huang Yao's event was very successful. Both the main venues were highly praised by the guests. The next day, some pictures of Huang Yao's event were also on the hot search list. Of course, it was a hot topic. Following this topic, there was another piece of gossip on the list. The popular female singer Meng Ru was caught in the act last night. She was the lover of the second son of the Lu family. Seeing this, eldest Mrs. Lu could understand why that bitch was not there last night. It turned out that she had gone to catch the adulterer. She always knew that bitch was smart. But no matter how smart she would still be betrayed by that man. Still, she did not expect that younger Mrs. Lu would find out so quickly. Huang Yao's event had a beautiful turnaround. And Mu Qiqi, the main planner, was also being talked about. Wasn't she the young bride of the Sheng family? She was already engaged to the crown prince at the age of 18. And with the success of the event, it turned out that she was not only young, but also very creative. Everyone began to agree with Sheng Xiao's judgment. She was not just full of collagen, she was also very capable. On the other hand, the matter of the Liu family was also on the entertainment gossip list. Eldest Mrs. Liu announced that she had given up on revenge last night. And younger Mrs. Liu went to catch her husband in the act. It must be said that it was very ironic. Mu Qiqi liked watching dramas, especially such a good one. It was said that there was a cycle of karma, but she did not expect that the consequences would be so violent. The next day, Huang Yao announced another celebration banquet, and Grandpa Sheng called Sheng Xiao and asked him to bring Mu Qiqi home. Even if Grandpa Sheng did not acknowledge Mu Qiqi, he had to give Mu Qiqi a reward, who asked her to organize Huang Yao's event so beautifully. Chapter 321. And yet, there had been no news of seventh sister for days after she was chased out of the Sheng family, and the Sheng family certainly did not dare to contact her. Even so, sixth brother was furious when he returned from a business trip. After all, seventh sister was his own sister, and she was chased out of the house by the old man just like that? That was why he went to Grandpa Sheng the moment he got home. Grandpa, no matter how wrong seventh sister is, she is still the blood of the Sheng family, and the roots of the Sheng family. It's unacceptable that you would chase your own granddaughter away for an outsider. Don't you know what your sister has done? Old Master Sheng retorted. Even so, you have punished her. Can't I, her brother, help her? She is the young lady of the Sheng family. How could she live if she is kicked out like this? Sixth brother, watch your tone. Who doesn't know that you love eighth brother the most in this family? Now, even if eighth brother wants the moon in the sky, you will help him get it. Moreover, you are just chasing your own granddaughter out? Sixth brother snorted coldly. All right, you family have dinner tonight. I will go out to look for my sister. Old Sheng could not help taking a deep breath. But there was nothing he could do about sixth brother. After all, seventh sister was his own sister. And when sixth brother left the Sheng residence, he ran into Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi entering the house. His rage flared when he saw them. You've chased your own sister out for a woman like that. You're really something, eighth brother. Sheng Xiao knew that dinner was not going to be a good one at that, and smiled in return. What do you look like? Is this the first time you've seen me? Femme fatale. Do you really think that grandfather would tolerate her? He would still have to wait for 2 years, and break up when you get tired of her. Sheng Xiao, do you think it's worth it to hurt your own sister for a little girlfriend you would break up with sooner or later? Sheng Xiao shielded Mu Qiqi and rolled his eyes. Who said we would break up? It's only a matter of time. With that, sixth brother walked past them and left the Sheng residence. That was when the old man came out, his face equally gloomy. Eighth brother, you two come in. Sheng Xiao put his arm around Mu Qiqi, and the two of them followed Grandpa Sheng into his study. In order not to anger sixth brother, Mu Qiqi should not return to the Sheng family for now. That way we can avoid conflicts. In fact, Grandpa Sheng was regretting chasing Sheng Minghui away. After all, she was his granddaughter. No matter how angry he was, it would be over soon. So in retrospect, Grandpa Sheng was now blaming Mu Qiqi for everything. Did you ask us to come back just to say that? The look in Sheng Xiao's eyes was clearly unpleasant. It was a sign that he was about to get angry. Also, you did a good job with the Huang Yao event. It was just a casual compliment, and it didn't come from his heart. The old man just brushed it off. He didn't even think about how he had made things difficult for others before. Now you're starting to regret it. Old Seven was driven away, right? That's why you can't be bothered to see Chier. Moreover, you're even more upset after sixth brother made a fuss, right? Eighth brother, don't be like your sixth brother. Go against me at this time. The dinner tonight is cancelled. You two should go back. Grandpa Sheng said to them impatiently. What did he mean by being fickle? That was it. Mu Qiqi didn't want Sheng Xiao to argue with Grandpa Sheng, so she pulled him and said, Xiao, let's go home. Sheng Xiao didn't say anything else. He just held Mu Qiqi in his arms. Let your sixth brother negotiate the contract tomorrow. Bring your seventh sister back too. Pretend that nothing happened. Just pretend that I don't exist in the Sheng family. Having said that, Sheng Xiao turned around and walked out of the study without looking back. However, when he entered the dining room and saw the rich dishes, Sheng Xiao didn't say anything. He signaled the servants to flip the table so that no one could eat. Grandpa Sheng was also very angry, especially when Sheng Xiao threatened him. Could it be that Huang Yao couldn't succeed without him, the crown prince? Tomorrow, he would ask sixth brother to hand over all the projects that Sheng Xiao was currently working on to him. Mama Sheng didn't know what happened at all. She only heard from the butler that sixth brother left angrily. Then Sheng Xiao and Grandpa Sheng had a big fight. After that, Sheng Xiao asked the servants to flip the table. Grandpa Sheng also came late at night and gave the order to hand over all the projects that Sheng Xiao was working on to sixth brother. Did that mean that he wanted to change the crown prince? After Mama Sheng heard that, she knew that this incident was caused by Grandpa Sheng's fickle emotions. So, she didn't want to persuade her son to bow down to him. No one wanted their child to be wronged. If sixth brother could do what Sheng Xiao did, he wouldn't have been doing nothing for so many years. But since Grandpa Sheng wanted to make this bet, she would make it. Anyway, she would never let her child be wronged for the sake of harmony. On the way back, Mu Qiqi looked at Sheng Xiao worriedly, because in her impression, Sheng Xiao had never been so angry for anyone. Why? Are you blaming yourself again? No. Mu Qiqi quickly shook her head. I'm just worried that you're too angry. Little one, I didn't dote on you for nothing. Sheng Xiao laughed in anger and brought Mu Qiqi back to Jingting. Then, he threw her a laptop and a gold card. You're on vacation anyway. Let's find a nice place and go on a trip. Are you serious? Didn't you hear what Grandpa said? Let sixth brother take over. Sheng Xiao pinched Mu Qiqi's chin. I couldn't ask for more. Then I'll really find a place. Sheng Xiao kissed her on the lips and nodded. Find someone you like. While you're at it, let's see how capable sixth brother is. Was Grandpa Sheng trying to keep Sheng Xiao in check? That old man really didn't understand his grandson. Sheng Xiao was never one to care about those things, and he didn't care about his status in Huangyao. If Grandpa Sheng dared to blacklist him in Jianchuan, he could make him regret it for the rest of his life. After all, Sheng Xiao was a man who wouldn't be swayed by force or persuasion. Since the Sheng family didn't acknowledge Qi, he didn't need their acknowledgement either. Sheng Minglan heard the news from Jing Yin in the middle of the night. She wanted to call Sheng Xiao and comfort him, but when she thought about it, she decided to let Sheng Xiao vent his anger. It was obvious that Grandpa Sheng was being irresponsible this time. It was unreasonable, although he was never reasonable. But against an opponent like Sheng Xiao, it was like a king meeting a king, a checkmate. Chapter 322. Sixth brother did not manage to find Sheng Minghui as he wished. Even with Grandpa Sheng's tacit approval, Sheng Minghui seemed to have vanished from the face of the earth. There was no news of him no matter how hard he tried. This made sixth brother hate Mu Qiqi even more, who asked Mu Qiqi to lose his sister. Even so, it was not all bad, because Grandpa Sheng finally knew how arrogant Sheng Xiao was. He was going to kick him out of Huangyao. In fact, what power did Sheng Xiao have in Huangyao all these years? He paid the most but got the least in return. Moreover, he was hated by the Sheng family. If that was the case, and if the other members of the Sheng family were so powerful, then let sixth brother take over. When that time comes, Grandpa Sheng better not go to him and beg him. How could Grandpa Sheng not know how important Sheng Xiao was to Huangyao? However, he didn't like eighth brother's threatening face. He didn't believe that if one person wasn't as good as eighth brother, he would find 10 people to replace him. There were so many capable people in the world. How could he not find someone to replace that bastard? Since he wanted to fool around with Mu Qiqi, then he would fulfill his wish. The next day, Grandpa Sheng announced to the public that his sixth grandson would temporarily take over Sheng Zhao's work. He also asked Jing Yin to hand over the documents to sixth brother. There was an uproar in Huangyao. What was Grandpa Sheng doing? Jing Yin was very straightforward. He threw all the documents that piled up like a mountain to sixth brother. When sixth brother saw it, he immediately said to Jing Yin, "Jing Yin, are you joking? You want me to deal with all these?" This is only 1/3 of what young master has dealt with before. There will be more later. Sixth brother was shocked. You mean eighth brother used to deal with it like this? This is only 1/3 of what we have today. Jing Yun explained, and left the office. Then he went to Mama Sheng and said, Madam, I have been with young master since I was young. Since the chairman has changed and no longer values young master, I will apply for a transfer. Or you can fire me. Jing Yun, you can't leave. You know very well how messy sixth brother will be. I'm not asking you to interfere. You just need to remember everything so that when eighth brother comes back in the future, it won't be so difficult for him to deal with it. Mama Sheng said to Jing Yun, I know you feel indignant for Sheng Xiao. So do I. But I will not tolerate anyone bullying my son. Even if he wants to leave Huang Yao, it is his own will. Jing Yun nodded. But I will not pay for sixth young master's mistake. Jing Yun, you are meticulous and mature. I'm not worried about you at all. Since Madam said so, then he would do so. It was also a good chance for the old man to understand that if Huang Yao had not had Sheng Xiao all these years, how could they talk about expanding their territory? How could they talk about grand ambitions? Dream on. The situation in Huang Yao seemed to be very tense, but the person who stepped down was very relaxed in Jingting. He did not have to wake up early or read the piles of documents. Sheng Xiao could hug his little one and sleep until he woke up naturally. He would exercise in the morning and read medical books with her in the afternoon. Such leisure time was not something he could have at any time. I asked you to pick a place to go. Have you decided? For example, right now, Mu Qiqi was leaning against Sheng Zhao's chest and flipping through a book when she suddenly heard the question. Mu Qiqi turned to look at Sheng Xiao and shook her head. I don't know where to go. I don't know if I should go. What are you afraid of? Sheng Xiao asked her in return. Afraid that I will lose my position as the crown prince. Or afraid that I will become poor and can't afford to support you. I'm afraid that you won't be able to be happy no matter how far you go. After Sheng Xiao heard that, he closed her medical book. I have patience. This time, Sheng Xiao had made up his mind to compete with the old man. That was why he might not agree even if the old man begged him to go back. He had done so much for Huang Yao over the years. How could the old man replace him just like that? If he could, he would return all the hard work he had put in over the years. He could at least make Huang Yao's business go back by more than 10 years. That was why Sheng Xiao received countless phone calls during the day at home. All of them were the same. It has nothing to do with me. You can break the contract if you want. Or should I introduce you to a better supplier? I don't want the counter anymore. I won't renew the contract. In just one day, 10% of the contracts in Sheng Zhao's hands had been terminated. When the old man learned about it, he flew into a rage. Since he wants to play like this, I'll play with him to the end. Even Mama Sheng was dismissive of the old man's vow. Did he really think that Sheng Xiao had been relying on Huang Yao all these years? In the evening, Sheng Minglan spoke to Mama Sheng on the phone. She knew that the old man and Sheng Xiao were really angry. That was why she rushed to Jingting with Jing Yin at night. But when she saw that Sheng Xiao was still so carefree, she was really, I've worried about you for nothing. You should at least cooperate with the old man and show some fear. I'm very scared now. Sheng Xiao hugged Mu Qiqi, his face languid. Sheng Minglan couldn't help chuckling. You, no one can do anything to you. Sheng Xiao looked at Sheng Minglan, and then at Jing Yun. You don't have to come and see me. If you have the time, you might as well play with Jing Yun. But if you do that, the old man will hold a grudge against Mu Qiqi even more. No matter what, he will blame it on Mu Qiqi. Do you think he will forget it if I give in? Sheng Xiao asked Sheng Minglan in return. He never planned to accept Qi, from the start. Of course, he won't let us get married. But it doesn't matter. I have other plans. Sheng Xiao knew the old man's thoughts and behavior better than anyone else. That was why he would never give in. If he gave in now, the old man would have endless troubles in the future. So you're going to stay at home all this time? Not do anything? When I have time, I'll visit my father-in-law, my aunt, and bring cheer around. Sheng Minglan sweated at Sheng Zhao's answer. The Sheng family was like ants on a hot pan, but he did not seem to be in a hurry at all. Well, it was time for the old man to rein in his desire for control. There was really nothing he could do against a cunning and black-bellied grandson like Sheng Xiao. After dinner, Sheng Minglan and Jing Yin left Jingting. Sheng Minglan couldn't help chuckling when she thought of Sheng Xiao's carefree face. Grandpa really doesn't understand how much he hurts Sheng Xiao's heart by doing this. Chapter 323. So young master will make Huang Yao bleed this time, Jing Yin replied. He will leave a deep impression on the chairman. I hope Grandpa can learn his lesson too. But won't Sheng Xiao? It's almost impossible for the chairman to suppress young master. You should know that young master is friends with people from all walks of life. Even foreign princes will show him some respect. Under such circumstances, the chairman can't do anything to young master other than to stop him from interfering with Huang Yao's business. And young master's savings can last him for several lifetimes, even if he doesn't work in this life. Sheng Minglan nodded in relief. Sheng Xiao was the most cunning person in the Sheng family. Even a cunning rabbit would have 3 burrows, not to mention someone as smart as Sheng Xiao. So she was worried for nothing. Grandpa, you are so heartless sometimes. Are you afraid? If he can treat young master like this, he can treat us like this in the future. Jing Yin suddenly asked Sheng Minglan. But Sheng Minglan was not afraid at all. She leaned her head on Jing Yin's shoulder and replied, I will follow you no matter what. After Sheng Minglan and Jing Yin left, Mu Qiqi looked at Sheng Xiao and asked, Are you going to the Shen family to see Dad? I haven't fished for a long time. Mu Qiqi thought that he was not going there to fish. He was going there to reassure Grandpa and Dad. Even if he was not the crown prince of Huang Yao, he could still give her a stable life. Mu Qiqi felt warm, and took the initiative to bite his lips. Why do you like me so much? Being bitten by Mu Qiqi, Sheng Xiao's bones softened. He hugged Mu Qiqi. How can I like you more? When they reached the bedroom, Mu Qiqi was placed on the bed. But she suddenly remembered the birthday gift Qianqian gave her. She blushed and said to Sheng Xiao, Why don't we try the gift Qianqian gave her? Sheng Xiao's eyes darkened instantly. Mu Qiqi looked a little unnatural and embarrassed. I don't want to waste things. Sheng Xiao lifted Mu Qiqi's chin and bit the tip of her nose. As you wish. Then, there was only endless moaning and panting in the bedroom. An ambiguous atmosphere instantly filled the entire space. The next day, Huang Yao's situation continued to deteriorate. At that time, Sheng Xiao drove Mu Qiqi to the Shen family. When Grandpa Shen saw them, he knew about the fight between Sheng Xiao and Grandpa Shen. He couldn't help but snort. At this time, Shen Jianchuan was doing rehabilitation. This was the first time Mu Qiqi saw Shen Jianchuan doing rehabilitation. With his daughter's encouragement, Shen Jianchuan did even better than usual. Why did you suddenly return? It's the holidays, so I came back to see you and Grandpa. Mu Qiqi smiled. Xiao Xiao is talking to Grandpa. This kid. Shen Jianchuan knew Sheng Xiao's intention and laughed. Why did he have to come all this way? Don't the Shen family know what he is capable of? It can be said that I've taken you seriously. Aren't you happy that someone is so nice to your daughter? Shen Jianchuan reached out and patted Mu Qiqi's head. It was his daughter's obedient head. Of course, he gradually acknowledged Sheng Xiao. At least, this kid had more backbone and courage than he did in the past. No matter what happened, he would protect his woman first. That was the responsibility a man should have. The father and daughter were chatting in the rehabilitation room, while Grandpa Shen was fishing with Sheng Xiao. From time to time, Grandpa Shen would look at Sheng Xiao. Are you going to keep fighting with your grandfather like this? If I don't acknowledge Qi'er, it's challenging my bottom line. Sheng Xiao replied calmly. Whoever hurts my heart, I'll make them suffer. Grandpa Shen smiled when he heard that. Since you have the time to stay at home, you should stay for a few more days. The fish in my pond are very fat. Sure. Sheng Xiao agreed. As a matter of fact, he should have informed Su Zipei about the small mansion as well. But she would definitely not be well informed about the Sheng family. That was why he would bring Mu Qiqi to stay there for a few days to make the little one happy. After wiping her father's face, Mu Qiqi and Shen Jianchuan went to Grandpa Shen's fish pond. When she saw that they were really fishing, she suddenly felt that such a life was actually quite good. The family would always be together no matter what. At night, after dinner, Huang Yu held Mu Qiqi's hand while Shen Jianchuan chatted with Sheng Xiao in the yard. What if old Sheng doesn't acknowledge Mu Qiqi for the rest of his life and forbid you from getting married? What do you mean? You won't let me marry into your family? Sheng Xiao asked Shen Jianchuan in return. Shen Jianchuan gave Sheng Xiao a thumbs up at his answer. You win. If Grandpa Sheng knew what Sheng Xiao was thinking, he would probably go mad with rage. But Shen Jianchuan could not care less. Compared to the friendship between the two families, his daughter's happiness was more important. In fact, Sheng Xiao was really a magical person. It seemed that no one in the world could do anything to him. But he had a weakness, Xiao Qi. At 10 o'clock, Mu Qiqi finally finished chatting with Huang Yu. Then, she went to the yard and said to Sheng Xiao and Shen Jianchuan, "It's time to rest." It was the first time Mu Qiqi stayed at the Shen family's house. Even though she was already a Shen, there were many rooms in the yard, and Grandpa Shen only needed to make some arrangements. After turning off the lights, they lay on the bed. Mu Qiqi could not help but ask Sheng Xiao, "What did you and Dad talk about?" "We talked about when you can marry me." Sheng Xiao kissed Mu Qiqi's forehead. "We talked about how we can be together for a long time in this lifetime." The moon was shining brightly in the sky. It was supposed to be the time to rest. But sixth brother was still working overtime in the company. It was because he was not as capable as Sheng Xiao. In the past, he would not be able to finish Sheng Xiao's workload in 3 days. And this was just the basic work. When the other party heard that Huang Yao had changed the person in charge, he did not talk to him at all. He directly hung up the phone and canceled the cooperation. Sixth brother was miserable beyond words. In just 2 or 3 days, he was on the verge of breaking down. More importantly, he complained to Grandpa Shen the next day. He said that he could not finish so much work. He did not know what Sheng Xiao had said to the other party, but they did not talk to him at all. Grandpa Shen's face darkened. He knew what kind of situation Huang Yao was in after Sheng Xiao left. "I have overestimated you. You can't even finish Sheng Xiao's basic work?" Chapter 324. Was it so easy to be the crown prince of Huang Yao? Grandpa Sheng's face was gloomy. In the end, he could only agree. After all, he could not bring himself to look for Sheng Xiao. Moreover, he was the one who wanted to replace Sheng Xiao, because he said that he did not believe that Huang Yao's operations would be a problem without Sheng Xiao. Mama Sheng heard their conversation outside the door. She could not help but sneer. She wanted to see how long sixth brother could hold on. He would not shed a tear until he saw the coffin. During breakfast, Grandpa Sheng said to everyone, "All of you know that the Sheng family has an unfilial son. To let sixth brother get started as soon as possible, all of you should cooperate with him, and let him get used to Sheng Xiao's original job as soon as possible." "Is there a problem?" "No problem." Mama Sheng spread her hands and replied, "Eldest aunt, it's impossible for you to help me sincerely." Sixth brother said coldly to Mama Sheng, "I will help you 100% sincerely. Whether he is a mule or a horse, we will know once we take him out for a walk." Mama Sheng got up from the dining table. "You all can eat. I am full." In fact, Grandpa Sheng did not only let sixth brother take over Sheng Xiao's position, he also found the best team in the country to help him negotiate the contracts smoothly. But even so, Mama Sheng did not care about sixth brother. There would be an important business deal coming from Germany soon. Sheng Xiao had already arranged to meet them, but now that sixth brother was the person in charge, he would be the one to negotiate the deal. This time, she wanted to let Grandpa Sheng know that there were some things that not everyone could do. Which multinational company did not have strict checks and balances in their core departments? But all these years, Sheng Xiao alone had replaced the entire department. Grandpa Sheng also knew the importance of this cooperation. He told sixth brother to deal with it carefully, to not give the other party a chance to hang up on him. Sixth brother did not tell them about the replacement of the person in charge. He still sent people to receive them. However, he didn't know how hateful his deceit was in the eyes of the other party. Mama Sheng told Sheng Xiao about it. But Sheng Xiao was fishing at the Shen family's house. He looked very relaxed. If Huang Yao loses this deal, then in Germany, the network that you've worked so hard to build will be ruined. Whatever. Sheng Xiao answered directly. This also means that Huang Yao's sales for the second half of the year will shrink significantly. It's not my company. I don't care. That's good too. Only by making the old man feel pain will he know what it means to admit defeat. Mama Sheng also supported her son. You don't have too much fun. If the old man finds out, won't he get angry? Mom, you don't have to call me for anything in Huang Yao in the future. Just do as you see fit. All right, Mom will let you have a good holiday. You must take good care of Chi-Chi. If he did not take care of her, who would? A day later, it was time for the meeting. Mama Sheng kept her promise and did her best to help sixth brother, helping him understand the project and letting him know how important it was to Huang Yao. Sixth brother felt as if he was facing a great enemy, but he had no choice but to bite the bullet and fight. However, the man asked him directly, "Who are you?" "We're here to discuss this deal with Mr. Sheng." "I'm sorry. Because of some sudden matters, Sheng Xiao is no longer in charge of the project. I will take over everything for the time being. Even so, I will still give you the best service." When the man heard that, he immediately closed his laptop. Nothing if it's not Sheng Xiao. How many people came here because of Sheng Xiao's name? Sixth brother might not know it. But, no buts. Nothing if you don't see Sheng Xiao. What's wrong with Huang Yao? The contract was going well just now, and you suddenly changed the person in charge? It's fine if you changed the person in charge, but why didn't you inform us in advance? What right does an irresponsible company like you have to work with us? The Germans valued integrity the most. Naturally, they felt uncomfortable when they saw Huang Yao behaving like this. I think you are liars. Complete liars. How could sixth brother stand such provocation? Seeing that the man was so determined, he could only give up. Then, I can only express my deep regret. Both parties parted on bad terms. Sixth brother did not even have the chance to look at the documents, let alone work together. Not only that, the man booked a return ticket that afternoon and called Huang Yao for the last time. I really can't imagine any company doing worse than you. It's not like we haven't experienced the change of the person in charge when we were talking about a deal. But did Huang Yao find such a person to replace Sheng Xiao? If that's the case, then Huang Yao's road is not far ahead. Even the employees of Huang Yao were discussing in private. What's wrong with the chairman? It's not a big deal to replace the crown prince and the person in charge. But you have to find a suitable person to replace him. Just to show off his supreme position, he completely ignores the board of directors. He is really muddle-headed. Don't sixth young master and seventh young miss have the same parents? Aren't they all good for nothings? If this goes on, Huang Yao will be finished sooner or later. Since when did Huang Yao appoint people based on favoritism? The chairman doesn't respect the board of directors at all. On this day, everyone in Huang Yao was boiling with anger. But they did not dare to say anything. When Grandpa Sheng knew about this, he was so angry that he held his chest and sat in the study for a long time. Now he should know his position. Sheng Xiao was not begging to be the crown prince of Huang Yao. He was not begging him to be his grandfather. Sheng Xiao was now in the Shen family. He fished and slept in every day. His days were so comfortable. He was the one who was anxious. After figuring out the relationship, Grandpa Sheng was even angrier. It meant that he still had to beg that bastard to come back. No, he would never beg Sheng Xiao. He had already boasted about it. No matter what, he could not let Sheng Xiao be too complacent. Mama Sheng knew that Grandpa Sheng had been in the study for a few hours. He must be struggling in his heart. But it did not matter. There was still a follow-up. As long as Grandpa Sheng did not admit defeat, Huang Yao would suffer the most. If he liked the supreme position so much, then he should enjoy it to his heart's content. As for Mu Chi-Chi, she was very happy these 2 days. Xiao Xiao did not have to go to Huang Yao. The two of them were almost stuck together. However, in her heart, she knew very well that this kind of life would not last long. Xiao Xiao still belonged to Huang Yao. But it was definitely not the Huang Yao where Grandpa Sheng could do whatever he wanted. Chapter 325. Sheng Xiao was the only genius in Huang Yao for so many years. Grandpa Sheng knew that he was smart, so he wanted to make use of his intelligence and control his life. Before this, he did not have such a deep understanding of Sheng Xiao's importance. It was thanks to sixth brother replacing eighth brother that the old man could clearly see how much influence Sheng Xiao had over Huang Yao. How could he not admit defeat? Of course he had to admit it. After all, he was old, and Sheng Xiao still had a long way to go. After thinking for an entire night, Grandpa Sheng could only summon Mama Sheng to his study the next morning. Xiao Qin, let's not talk about anything else. Let's call eighth brother back to stabilize Huang Yao. Mama Sheng snorted in her heart, but she did not show it in front of Grandpa Sheng. Father, you know Sheng Xiao's temper. If I ask him to come back, he will definitely not agree. You know what he wants? Could it be that he wants me, his grandfather, to apologize to him? The old man was very angry. There's no need for that. I think sixth brother is adapting very quickly in Huang Yao. I believe it won't be long before he can replace eighth brother. Grandpa Sheng turned around and looked at Mama Sheng. He glared at her. You spoiled him since he was young. That's why he's so lawless. It's my fault for not teaching my son well. So it's better not to let such an unfilial son come back to Huang Yao. After saying that, Mama Sheng left Grandpa Sheng's study. Was she not wronged? She was the same. When Sheng Xiao was young, she didn't have the chance to discipline him at all, because Grandpa Sheng took care of everything. Ever since Sheng Xiao could remember, he had been given all kinds of training and social skills. As his mother, how could she not feel sorry for him? And now, the old man was blaming her for not teaching Sheng Xiao well. Grandpa Sheng was helpless. He could only let Papa Sheng do it. After all, he was that unfilial son's father. He would have to listen to him, wouldn't he? Sheng Xiao learned about the old man's thoughts from Mama Sheng early in the morning. Naturally, Sheng Xiao could tell that there was something wrong with his mother's voice. Are you angry at the old man? I've gotten used to it over the years. The old man wants you to come back, but he doesn't want to admit his mistake. You should stay at your father-in-law's house for a few more days. Sheng Xiao's eyes could not help sharpening. Did the old man think he could get over this easily? It probably wouldn't be that easy. After that, Sheng Xiao accompanied Mu Qiqi to the recovery room to help Xin Jianquan with his training. When the doctor saw that Xin Jianquan was recovering well, he could not help but smile. At this rate, you'll be able to get out of bed and walk in less than a year. For the sake of being able to walk, I will try my best. After that, the doctor left. At that time, Shen Jianquan saw Sheng Xiao's expression. Although he tried his best to hide it, it was easy for a man to feel the dominance coming from him. What's wrong with the Sheng family now? The old man wants you to go back, right? It's not that easy, Sheng Xiao replied as he squatted down to pick up the tools on the ground. The old man is really something. When you talk about family, he talks about rules with you. When you talk about rules with him, he talks about blood ties with you. So it's not impossible for me to return. But this time I want to state my conditions. What he had done for Huang Yao and the Sheng family all these years was taken for granted by Grandpa Sheng and treated as worthless. Since that's the case, let's talk about the deal. That was what Xin Jianquan wanted to remind Sheng Xiao of. Still, the kid certainly did not need anyone's guidance. In fact, he knew better than anyone else. Trust me, there would be a day when you would walk out of Huang Yao. Are you interested in doing something with your father-in-law? Of course, you don't have to answer me now. For the sake of my daughter, I'll leave a way out for you. Sheng Xiao's lips curled up at that. Little one, not only do you have the strongest man, you also have the best father. Mu Qiqi was not listening to their conversation at all. She was completely confused. Both men were trying to protect the woman they loved the most. In that very moment, there were only father and daughter, husband and wife in that space. That was why there was nothing stronger than the power of love. That afternoon, Papa Sheng personally came to the Shen family. Grandpa Shen had given his study to the father and son, and was fishing with Shen Jianquan at the pond. Papa Sheng could not help taking a deep breath when he saw his unfilial son, trying his best to hold back his anger. You've had enough of throwing a tantrum. It's time to go home. Why are you hiding here? This is my father-in-law's house. Huang Yao is in a mess because of sixth brother. Are you just going to sit back and do nothing? It's only right for your grandfather to care about you. Enough with the nonsense. Pack your things and go home. You really want me to go home? Sheng Zhao's lips curled into a mysterious smile. And a welcoming ceremony for you? Sheng Xiao watched his father's back, and only answered him when he was almost out of the study. I want the position of the CEO of Huang Yao and 10% of the shares. Otherwise, you guys can go play yourselves. Papa Sheng was shocked at that, and left the Shen's house without looking back. Was that bastard coveting his own father's position now? Even so, he would not admit that the reason he could sit in that position was because of his son Sheng Xiao. Fuming, Papa Sheng promptly left the Shen's house. When he returned to Huang Yao, he told the old man the truth about his meeting with Sheng Xiao today. That unfilial son wants my position, and 10% of Huang Yao's shares. Is that something he should covet? When the old man heard that, and realized that Sheng Xiao was bargaining with him, he clutched his chest in anger and coughed violently. Father, are you all right? He is blaming me for replacing him after using him. That's why he wants to increase his cost. You won't agree to it, will you? Papa Sheng was a little worried. Although Sheng Xiao was his son, he still had to make him give up the position of CEO. He's serious. The old man did not answer Papa Sheng. Instead, he was filled with regret and heartache. Why would he take the risk if he knew this would happen? All Sheng Xiao wanted was for him to acknowledge Mu Qiqi. Now he wanted Sheng Xiao back. Not only did he have to acknowledge Mu Qiqi, but he also had to give up the position of CEO and 10% of Huang Yao's shares. Who was the loser here? Was there even a need to settle the score? Father, what should I do if you let him be CEO? Do whatever you want. The old man had suffered a double loss. He was already angry enough. How could he be in the mood to arrange Papa Sheng's future? Now all he wanted was for Mama Sheng to ask that unfilial son if there was room for negotiation. 10% of Huang Yao's shares was no laughing matter. That unfilial son, he's taking advantage of the situation. But who started the fire? It was not Sheng Xiao himself. There were some things that should be treated sincerely when it was time to talk about feelings. Even so, some people would unconsciously believe that they were emperors. Chapter 326. Sixth brother was dumbfounded when he heard about it, because he did not expect Sheng Xiao to be so greedy. So he went to Mama Sheng. Eldest aunt, isn't it too much for Sheng Xiao to do this? We are a family. Isn't it too much for him to ask for power? When Mama Sheng heard that, she turned to sixth brother, her eyes sharp and cold. First of all, when eighth brother worked so hard for Huang Yao, did he ever care about positions and shares? Sixth brother did not say anything. Sheng Xiao has worked so hard for Huang Yao all these years. What happened? Your grandfather fired him, just because he said so. Do you think Sheng Xiao is a dog? How much has Sheng Xiao contributed to Huang Yao all these years? Is it too much to ask for the position of CEO and 10% of shares? You don't have to give it to him. You can negotiate the contract yourself. You don't have to be in a dilemma. Mama Sheng said sternly. You and your sister, seventh sister. Have you contributed anything to Huang Yao all these years? How dare you say that I'm too much? Don't beg him if you are so capable. Mama Sheng smashed the glass in her hand. It was the first time she was so angry. Sixth brother did not say anything else when he saw that. Blushing, he slipped away from Mama Sheng's sight. Why did he cause trouble for her? Did he not know who he was? This time, Mama Sheng did not help her husband. It was what her son deserved. She did not think that Sheng Xiao was too much. All in all, the Sheng family was in a mess because of Sheng Zhao's demand for shares. But the Shen family was still calm. Sheng Xiao accompanied Mu Qiqi for an afternoon nap. In the afternoon, they drove to the small villa to visit Su Zipei. Grandpa Shen had completely angered Sheng Xiao this time. How could there be such a good thing in this world? He wanted to use him, but he did not respect him. The world was big, and there were many places that respected him. He did not have to stay in Huang Yao. In the afternoon, Sheng Xiao brought Mu Qiqi back to the small villa. Su Zipei was in a good mood when she saw Mu Qiqi. Aunt, how are you? It's rare for both of you to visit me. Young Master Sheng, aren't you busy? Su Zipei rarely saw Sheng Xiao in the afternoon. It seemed that Lu Wenhua did not tell her about Sheng Xiao leaving Huangyao. Xiao Xiao is on leave today to accompany me. Mu Qiqi hurriedly explained. Aunt, I really miss you. Is the baby in my tummy behaving well? Su Zipei nodded and held Mu Qiqi's hand. Your uncle asked the nutritionist to take care of me recently. You have no idea how healthy I am now. That's good. Mu Qiqi could not help but caress Su Zipei's bulging belly. I don't know if you are a younger brother or sister. You must be obedient in your mother's belly. When you get married, the child should be able to walk and run. It'll be very fast. Marriage. There was no telling when she could truly become Xiao Xiao's wife. She could do nothing to help the Sheng family now, and could only try her best to keep quiet, so that she would not be a burden to Xiao Xiao. That night, the two of them stayed over at the small villa. After dinner, Sheng Xiao held Mu Qiqi in his arms, and enjoyed the night view in the garden of the little mansion. When I had a crush on you, I would get nervous whenever I heard the sound of a car downstairs. You are such a bad girl. You know how to like men at such a young age. Mu Qiqi turned around and glared at Sheng Xiao. But you still like a 17-year-old girl. You are an old cow who eats young grass. That's a rough word. As expected of a science student. Mu Qiqi laughed. After a while she sighed. It's still so far away to register for marriage. Sheng Xiao did not say anything. When Mu Qiqi was about to fall asleep, he whispered in her ear. Actually, I have long regarded you as my wife in my heart. Mu Qiqi smiled sweetly. Actually, that was enough. That night, the Sheng family held a family meeting. Although everyone was not convinced, Grandpa Sheng could only agree to Sheng Zhao's condition. Of course, Papa Sheng would not agree to it. Father, is this fair to me? You go to the overseas market. Grandpa Sheng ordered. Papa Sheng was not convinced. He turned to look at Mama Sheng. Why don't you help your husband? That bastard is still young. How can he provoke the CEO? I think you are the one who can't provoke the CEO. Mama Sheng said directly to her husband. You are my wife. You should be on my side. I'm sorry. This time, I am on my son's side. With that, Mama Sheng left the table. Because she had never seen a husband who would fight with his son without caring about his feelings. Papa Sheng's face turned red. He almost smashed the table with his fist. Did he marry a woman to harm him? But since it was Grandpa Sheng's decision, he had no room to resist. Since his wife was not on his side, he might as well leave the house. He just hoped that his wife and son would not regret it when the time came. After the meeting, Sheng Xiao would basically get what he wanted. So the next day, Grandpa Sheng drove his car to the little mansion. When Mu Qiqi saw Grandpa Sheng's car, she knew very well that this leisurely life was coming to an end. After a while, Grandpa Sheng got out of the car and said to Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi, Are you done? Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi said goodbye to Su Zipei and got into Grandpa Sheng's car. Then, Grandpa Sheng gave Sheng Xiao the share transfer certificate and the CEO's letter of appointment. These are the things you want. But Sheng Xiao, you don't really care about this little girl. I thought you would threaten me to write some kind of guarantee that I will acknowledge Mu Qiqi. Grandpa Sheng deliberately tried to sow discord between them. But Sheng Xiao did not panic. He said, You will cheat no matter what agreement I have with you. So I might as well hold your lifeline in my hands. If you do something to cheat the 10% of Huang Yao's shares in my hands will be in the hands of my enemy. Grandpa Sheng's face turned red when he heard that. Sheng Xiao was indeed Sheng Xiao. He was really good at calculating. It was useless to know that any guarantee was useless. So, getting the shares of Huang Yao was the best insurance. Since you have achieved your goal, get back to Huang Yao. I will send Mu Qiqi back to Jingting. No, Sheng Xiao answered crisply. I believe no one but you. Get out of the car. Grandpa Sheng did not care about them anymore. No matter what, Grandpa Sheng was bleeding a lot this time. But to everyone in Huang Yao, they were naturally happy that Sheng Xiao was back. It meant that Huang Yao's business would not go wrong again. Chapter 327. Sheng Xiao personally escorted Mu Qiqi back to Jingting before driving back to Huangyao. On the way there, Jing Yan told Sheng Xiao about the general situation of Huangyao. Sheng Xiao promptly told Jing Yan, "Bring up the most urgent matters first. We'll deal with them in the afternoon. Young master, you have to pay attention to the relationship between Madam and Chief Sheng. They seem to be at odds because of you," Jing Yan reminded Sheng Xiao. Got it. It was precisely because he knew that the first thing Sheng Xiao did when he entered the company was to visit his mother. Mom, I knew you'd come back soon. Mama Sheng smiled. You're the CEO of Huangyao now. Dad, don't mind him, Mama Sheng said stiffly. I'm just disappointed in him. That means he still has feelings. Mama Sheng said nothing, but Sheng Xiao got the key point. That was why he gave his father a call after he left Mama Sheng's office. Papa Sheng had booked a plane ticket for the evening, but he was not in a hurry after he received Sheng Xiao's call. Because Sheng Xiao was right. Huang Yao's reputation in the country was enough now, and the most important thing now was to expand their business overseas. It was precisely because Huang Yao's headquarters had matured that the Sheng family would want a piece of the pie. Papa Sheng would not be able to handle it alone, and it was better to leave it to him. Papa Sheng would go overseas to nurture new forces, and they would have the final say in Huang Yao from now on. Papa Sheng thought that it made sense, and knew very well where his ability lay. Surely it was better to let his son take over than to be forced to leave it to his brothers. Was it not? That was why Papa Sheng readily agreed to Sheng Xiao's suggestion. You weren't interested in the position before. What happened now? Nothing. It's just fun. To put it bluntly, Grandpa Sheng had tricked him, and he knew that having real power was the best way to protect Qi. If that was the case, why wouldn't he want it? Even so, he kept the answer in his heart. Everyone in Huangyao was instantly energized when they saw Sheng Xiao in the office, and the departments were no longer lifeless. Although sixth brother would not admit it, ability trumps everything in Huangyao. The first thing Sheng Xiao did when he returned to his office was to deal with the urgent cooperation. The steps that sixth brother could not take, the words that he could not say, and the negotiating skills that he could not use were all displayed before sixth brother one by one. Sixth brother admitted defeat, and left Huang Yao dejectedly. Not only did he fail to find his sister, he even made Grandpa Sheng give him 10% of the shares. What a heavy loss. When the old man saw that Sheng Xiao had successfully redeemed several important collaborations in the first afternoon, after his return to Huangyao, he was a little comforted despite his reluctance. Still, Mu Qiqi's matter remained a thorn in his heart. Late at night, Jing Yan was held up by Huang Yao's matters, and could not fetch Xing Minglan from work. Knowing that Sheng Xiao had returned to Huangyao, she did not call him and stayed in the office. Seeing that Sheng Minglan had no intention of getting off work, the new assistant knocked on the door and entered. Chief Sheng, I think I should take a few days off next month. What's the matter? I'm getting married, the assistant said. I've been dating my girlfriend for 8 years, so we're planning to start a family. Then, I wish you all the best. You should hurry up too. Sheng Minglan blushed and nodded. Soon, Jing Yan arrived at Sheng Minglan's office, but it was already dark outside. Sorry I'm late. Let's go for dinner now. Jing Yan, let's go to my house tonight. Sheng Minglan suggested awkwardly. Although we're together now, I keep feeling that you don't spend as much time alone with me as you used to avoid suspicion. Are you afraid? Jing Yan's expression was a little unreadable. After a while he answered, I'm afraid. I can't control myself. Sheng Minglan understood what he meant and blushed even more. We're partners. Let nature take its course. Why do you have to control yourself? Jing Yan said nothing. They had a tacit understanding. Soon, they arrived at Sheng Minglan's house. Sheng Minglan took out the slippers she had prepared and put them in front of Jing Yan. These are for you. Jing Yan changed into the slippers and Sheng Minglan put on her apron. I'm going to cook. You can rest for a while. I'll help you. Jing Yan took off his jacket and rolled up his sleeves. Then, they entered the kitchen together. The atmosphere was very warm. They were like partners who had been together for a long time. They cooperated very well. But when he saw Sheng Minglan's back, Jing Yan couldn't help but hug her. Sheng Minglan was stunned for a moment. Then she smiled. So, you can't control yourself? Yeah. Jingyan grunted and put his chin on Sheng Minglan's shoulder. My new assistant came to ask for leave today. He's getting married soon. Sheng Minglan smiled. So, I suddenly want to get married too. Jingyan's body froze just like that. Did I scare you? Of course, you shouldn't be willing to marry me yet. However, if we wait for the right time, I don't know how many years it will take. So for a moment I thought, why don't we register our marriage secretly? Even if Grandpa wants to stop us, he can't do anything about it. I don't want you to suffer like this. Jingyan replied. And I don't want you to be so sneaky. Jingyan, have you ever thought about looking for your family? Jingyan shook his head. His memories were only fragments before Sheng Minglan brought him back to the Sheng family. Why don't I help you look for them? Jingyan said nothing. He simply hugged Sheng Minglan. After they had dinner, Sheng Minglan did not let him leave. You move here. This time, Jingyan was completely dumbfounded. Sheng Minglan couldn't help asking him. You don't want to? I just think it's a little fast. You've liked me for more than 10 years. That's already slow enough for us. How much more time do we have to waste? I want to be with you now. Not just the time after work. I want to occupy your evenings too. How could Jingyan refuse such a proposal from his lover? I like to be clean. I'm not sloppy. I'll be a good roommate, Jingyan said after a long while. In fact, he felt very guilty. He wouldn't complain even if he was sent to hell in the future. Chapter 328. Since Mu Qiqi was a thorn in Grandpa Sheng's heart, all he could think of now was to remove the thorn at the tip of his heart, regardless of the cost. Although he could not do anything to Mu Qiqi at the moment, he still had a chance. Huang Yao was bound to be in Sheng Zhao's hands in the future, but Mu Qiqi could not give him anything. How could she have the ability to manage the entire Sheng family? Still, the old man had learned his lesson and did not trouble Mu Qiqi directly. He simply sent someone to search for girls in the country who had amazing background and power and were of a similar age to Mu Qiqi. When the time came, he could use everything the Sheng family had to make a deal with Sheng Xiao. If Sheng Xiao wanted to take over Huang Yao and become the real ruler of the Sheng family, he must marry the girl he fancied. Otherwise, he would not get a single cent of his inheritance, and he would even chase Sheng Xiao out of the family. Of course, that was his final trump card. He believed that he bore the weight of Huang Yao's rise and fall, and that he had the responsibility to find a qualified backer for Huang Yao. Under that premise, romance was just child's play. And was there any practical use in the end? Not really. That was why he would risk his life to stop Mu Qiqi from entering the family, even if it meant falling out with the Shen family. After Sheng Xiao returned to Huang Yao, Mu Qiqi was planning to apply to go with her tutor to observe and learn from the autopsy site. However, her tutor usually arranged fifth-year interns, and there was almost no place for someone like her who was only in her first year. Perhaps out of respect for the little bride of the Sheng family, her tutor finally relented and allowed Mu Qiqi to go with the criminal investigation team, thinking that a young lady from a rich family like her would calm down after seeing such a scene once. Mu Qiqi received a call from Lin Mu, and when she got the spot, "It's little Pepper's birthday tomorrow. I'm planning to hold a private party for her. You and the crown prince are coming, right? Why? Do you want to surprise her?" Mu Qiqi asked in return. Sort of. Just tell me the time and address. Mu Qiqi raised a brow. Qianqian was such a careless girl that she had probably forgotten when her birthday was. That won't do. You're still responsible for bringing her here tomorrow. This Lin Mu and was really not polite at all. Alright, I promise to complete the task tomorrow. In fact, Qianqian only had these two friends. It was rare that Lin Mu and would still care for Qianqian. At least, he was more considerate than her best friend. He just didn't know if Lin Mu and was Qianqian's confidant, or did he have some other status. But when she thought about it, she suddenly felt that the Lin family was an obstacle that she could not cross. So, she was very worried about Qianqian's situation. That night, Sheng Minglan had already tidied up half of her room so that she could put Jingyan's luggage. However, When she opened the door to welcome him, she found that he was carrying a simple suitcase everywhere he went. And he even had the gift she gave him with him. Sheng Minglan could not help but feel sorry for him. Other people would look for a moving company when they move. Who's like you? You only have a few pieces of luggage. I don't have many important things. I only brought some clothes. That's all I have. Jing Yin explained. You can come in so easily, but it seems that you can leave just as easily. Jing Yin was taken aback by Sheng Minglan's insecure words. Then he pointed at the door and said, Should I move all the furniture in the apartment here? Sheng Minglan smiled at that. You don't care about those. Come in first. Jing Yin was actually very nervous. He had no idea what a man and woman living together should do, and whether they should sleep together. Although he had liked Sheng Minglan for years, he never thought that his dream would come true. So it was his first time experiencing such things, and he could not help feeling a little nervous. Go and put your luggage in the bedroom. Miss Minglan. I'm not Miss Minglan. Minglan. Jing Yin shouted. I'm also. What's the point of you moving in if you don't want to stay in the same room with me? Sheng Minglan said with her back facing Jing Yin. Actually, her face was already blushing. Jing Yin had never experienced anything between a man and a woman, so he was a little passive. He carried his luggage into the bedroom and slowly placed his clothes in the wardrobe. His mind went blank when he saw the big bed. It seemed that he was not prepared at all. Soon they had dinner together. Jing Yun went to the kitchen to clean the dishes, while Sheng Minglan went to the bedroom to take a shower first, because she knew that Jing Yun's blockhead would be embarrassed. When Jing Yun was done, Sheng Minglan was also done with her shower. She sat in the bedroom and dried her hair. When Jing Yun entered the bedroom, she turned around and smiled at him. Take a shower. I'm going to the study to take care of some work. Okay. Jing Yun relaxed a lot. But when he changed into his pajamas and walked out of the bathroom, Sheng Minglan was already sitting on the bed. Do you have any activities before bed? If not, we are going to rest. Jing Yun shook his head. His whole body was tense, but he still walked to the bed and sat on the other side of Sheng Minglan. Seeing that, Sheng Minglan turned off the lamp and lay down. Jing Yun lay down too, but he did not move. In the dark, Sheng Minglan could not help but laugh. Am I going to eat you? Why are you so nervous? I'm just not used to it. Sheng Minglan slowly leaned on Jing Yun's shoulder and smiled. Are you feeling better now? Jing Yun tilted his head and smelled the fragrance coming from Sheng Minglan's body. Sheng Minglan conveniently lay on Jing Yun's chest, but Jing Yun's heart was beating wildly. Still, he was enlightened, and reached out to hold Sheng Minglan's waist. Sheng Minglan was satisfied and closed her eyes. Because Jing Yun was beside her, she felt that she had slept very soundly that night. But it was tough for blockhead Jing. He did not dare to move when Sheng Minglan was lying on him, so he just let his arm go numb. It was such a sweet burden. The next morning, Jing Yun woke up with Sheng Minglan in his arms naturally. Their bodies were pressed tightly against each other. He could feel his whole body heating up, and a certain part of him was reacting even more obviously. Sheng Minglan might have felt the abnormality in his body temperature. So she opened her eyes and looked at Jing Yun. Chapter 329. Minglan, let's get up. We're going to be late for work. But you. Sheng Minglan was no longer an innocent little girl. How could she not know that it was a normal reaction from a man? It's fine. I'll take a cold shower. Jing Yun said very calmly. Sheng Minglan nodded and got up from the bed. But before she could, she was caught by the blanket and fell back into Jing Yun's arms. Hugging Sheng Minglan, Jing Yun's hands touched her fair body. In that instant, all reason in his mind was gone. Sheng Minglan wanted to get up, but Jing Yun held her tightly. Don't get up. Jing Yun's kiss was completely random. Sheng Minglan did not know what to do, but she soon indulged in it, and responded to Jing Yun in her own way. Both of them were only wearing pajamas. Soon they met each other openly. Clearly it was their first time. That was why they were relying on their instincts. Jing Yun was very concerned about Sheng Minglan's feelings. In his limited knowledge, he only knew that when doing such things, he must make a woman happy and not hurt her. That was why even though his kiss was wild, his touch was very gentle. After all, this was the person he cared about the most, and he was doing the most beautiful thing in the world with her. Minglan, are you uncomfortable? Sheng Minglan shook her head. Her body naturally relaxed and enjoyed it. Sensing that Sheng Minglan was ready, Jingyun cupped her cheeks and asked her very seriously, "Are you sure you want to do this? You can still stop now." Sheng Minglan shook her head again and looked at Jingyun with a hint of longing. Jingyun could not care about anything else. It was their first time. Both of them were in pain. But Sheng Minglan hugged Jingyun tightly, tears trickling out of the corner of her eyes. Because in that very moment, she felt a strong sense of belonging. At least she had a lover now. "Why are you crying?" Jingyun moved slowly and gently wiped away Sheng Minglan's tears. "Did I hurt you?" "No. I'm crying tears of joy. I'm very happy. We are together because we love each other." Sheng Minglan had been oppressed by the Sheng family for years. She never dared to imagine that she could live with and hug the person she loved the most for a few days. This felt like a very surreal dream. At that, Jingyun kissed her softly again. "I will cherish you, whether it's in the past or now." The two of them reached the clouds and hugged each other tightly. That was why Jingyun skipped work for the first time in the morning and did not appear beside Sheng Xiao at Huangyao. Sheng Xiao raised a brow and called Jingyun, but it was Sheng Minglan who answered. "Eighth brother." Sheng Xiao checked the time and couldn't help asking, "You're still together at this hour?" "Jingyun won't be working today." Sheng Xiao seemed to have guessed something after hearing that, and his lips curled into a mocking smile. That blockhead Jingyun, could he really do that? For so many years, he had been a vegetarian monk. "If you don't go to work, I'll deduct double your wages." Sheng Minglan ignored him, because Jingyun was in the bathroom, filling the bathwater for her. Come to think of it, Mu Qiqi had promised Lin Mu, and that she would bring Lu Qianqian to the place where she would sleep. That was why she had called Lu Qianqian early in the morning and arranged for them to meet in the afternoon. Lu Qianqian was undergoing all sorts of training every day and was destined to walk the path of a strong woman. Still, she could refuse anyone's date, but she would never refuse Mu Qiqi's invitation. They agreed to meet at the hotel at 6 in the evening. By then, Lin Mu had already set up the venue and was waiting for a surprise for Little Pepper. Still, Lin Mu would never have imagined that his former blind date would run into his busy figure in the hotel. Lin Mu appeared to be a romantic, but he was very distant when he met his blind date. She had never seen Lin Mu being so attentive to any girl. That was why the girl did not leave the hotel and instead decided to stay and watch the show. At 6 in the evening, Mu Qiqi and Lu Qianqian met at the hotel. "Why did you take so long to ask me out? I'm almost going crazy because of the teachers my father hired. Let's go. I'll treat you to a feast tonight." Mu Qiqi brought Lu Qianqian to the birthday party and saw that it was decorated with a childlike and warm atmosphere, just like a fairy tale forest. "Whose child's birthday is it today? What do you think?" Mu Qiqi asked in return. That was when music started playing in the birthday party hall. Meanwhile, a man disguised as Mickey Mouse pushed a 3-tiered cake towards Lu Qianqian. "I forgot." Lu Qianqian was surprised and touched. "Qiqi, you're so good to me. Since it's your birthday, Mickey Mouse, dance for the birthday girl." Mu Qiqi knew that Mickey Mouse was Lin Muan, so she played a trick on him. Mickey Mouse did not refuse and walked to the center of the stage in his thick puppet costume. That was when the dancers jumped out from behind the curtains. So he really did have a performance prepared. "No one has celebrated my birthday except for that scumbag." Lu Qianqian suddenly burst into tears. Soon, other cartoon dolls entered the hall one after another, surrounding Lu Qianqian. Lu Qianqian looked at Mu Qiqi, really touched. But Mu Qiqi pointed at Mickey Mouse with her chin and said to Lu Qianqian, "Go and take off his puppet head. Let's see who he is." Lu Qianqian looked at the bouncing Mickey Mouse on the stage and walked straight to him, taking off his big head. She saw Lin Muan inside sweating profusely. Surprised, Lu Qianqian looked at Lin Muan, and although her words were still unforgiving, her eyes turned red. "You're a young master of the Lin family, and yet you're doing such a thing. Aren't you stupid? Little Chili, be reasonable." Living in this world is all about enjoying life. Look at you. It's so easy to be abducted by others. I've only done this for you, and you're already moved to tears and snot. Lin Muan smiled at Lu Qianqian while wiping his sweat. We've known each other for so long. I should give you a proper present. You're so stupid. I don't even want to remember my birthday. Is it because of that scumbag? Lin Muan guessed. Is it necessary? You can even forget your gift day for a scumbag. You're so cruel to yourself. Chapter 330. Lu Qianqian opened the box and saw a delicate dolphin necklace inside. You are so loyal to be my friend. Lu Qianqian punched Lin Muan's chest. Mu Qiqi looked at them from below the stage. She could feel the ambiguous atmosphere even from afar. Only the two people on the stage were still pretending to call each other brothers. Soon, Sheng Zhao's car drove into the hotel. But when he saw the extravagant costumes in the birthday hall, he pulled Mu Qiqi out. Childish? I think it's childish too. But it's Lin Muan who prepared it. It's very thoughtful. Sheng Zhao reluctantly entered the childish hall and sat down on the lace sofa. Mu Qiqi held his hand and comforted him gently. In fact, Sheng Zhao knew very well that Lin Muan was moved. That was why he prepared all these for Lu Qianqian. Otherwise, why would he spend so much effort? Does that idiot have some misunderstanding about being 20 years old? Are you sure it's not after June 1st? Mu Qiqi could not stand Sheng Zhao's ridicule. She sat down and laughed. But what did it matter? It was fine as long as Qianqian was happy. Soon, a picture of Lu Qianqian when she was 5 or 6 years old appeared on the curtain of the banquet hall. The little girl had a braid and looked very cute. Lu Qianqian was shocked. She quickly punched Lin Muan. Where did you get this? I've never seen it before. I asked your teacher for it. Lin Muan replied. Didn't you start liking that scum from that time? That's why I'm celebrating your birthday today, so that you can keep your eyes open in the future. Lu Qianqian looked at her picture. She suddenly remembered her ridiculous life for more than 10 years. Thank you for reminding me. I've been stupid for so many years. It's okay. You're a little stupid and blind, but you're not hopeless. I'll try to save you. Lu Qianqian threw a punch at Lin Muan. Do you really think I'm praising you? Don't find a man who's good to you in the future. Don't be silly and stick to him. Men are cheap. Lu Qianqian listened quietly and did not answer. She didn't know why, but her mind suddenly replayed the scene of Lin Muan sweating for her. Seeing that you still have some humanity left in you, I won't attack you personally in the future. You know how good I am. Lin Muan smiled. Mu Qiqi suddenly felt that they shouldn't stay inside. Xiao Xiao, why don't we go home? You also know that you are the third wheel. Sheng Zhao looked at Mu Qiqi condescendingly and left quietly with her. Those two did not need an audience at all. They could just make up and direct themselves for the whole night. All right? Of course, no one realized that there were outsiders watching this private party. She was shocked to see Lin Mu, and in Lu Qianqian being so close. When he got home, he told his parents about it. Come to think of it, Lu Qianqian was just a broken shoe in everyone's eyes. But Lin Mu, and would rather be with that broken shoe than other innocent young ladies. Would those young ladies be convinced? The other party's parents also called Old Master Lin. Grandpa Lin's face darkened when he heard that. He called his assistant. Go and find out where young master is now. Lin Muan and Lu Qianqian did not notice that Mu Qiqi and Sheng Zhao had left. That was how they usually got along. They would talk and drink merrily in the name of good brothers. It was only when they were almost drunk that Lu Qianqian staggered and realized that Mu Qiqi and Sheng Zhao were not there. Hey, where's Qiqi? Lin Muan held her and laughed. She left a long time ago. You didn't believe me when I told you that you were blind. I had a good time tonight, Lin Muan. The two were drunk in the birthday hall. But they did not know that Grandpa Lin had quietly arrived at the hotel and had someone splash them with ice water to wake them up. Lin Muan opened his eyes and was about to curse when he found his grandfather in front of him. Lu Qianqian had also sobered up beside him. I was wondering where you were fooling around for the whole day. So I didn't wrong you. Grandpa, you don't have the right to talk to me now. Miss Lu, is it convenient for us to talk? Grandpa Lin turned his sharp gaze on Lu Qianqian. Lu Qianqian wiped the ice water off her face and nodded solemnly. But Lin Muan stopped her. Grandpa, I was the one who found her. This has nothing to do with little Pepper. Don't touch her. I just want to talk to her. Why are you so nervous? Of course he was nervous, because he knew how vicious his grandfather's words could be. If Lu Qianqian really listened to him, she would never talk to him again. Grandpa, it's Qianqian's birthday today. I'm just celebrating her birthday as a friend. There's nothing else between us. As a friend. Grandpa Lin snorted coldly. I always thought that you are a child who knows what to do, and won't let others worry about you. But after seeing what happened tonight, I know that everything you usually show is just an illusion. It's fine if you don't let me talk to Miss Lu alone. I'll just say what I want to say here. No. Lin Muan still wanted to protect Lu Qianqian's pride. Grandpa Lin snorted and brought Lu Qianqian to another hall. Lin Muan sat on the floor, suddenly feeling very guilty. It was not easy for him to open up a little of Lu Qianqian's heart and let her face life again. But with Grandpa Lin's interference, she might get into a dead end again. In the space without Lin Muan, Lu Qianqian lowered her head in front of Grandpa Lin. When Grandpa Lin saw that, he could not help asking Lu Qianqian, Muan told me before that I should not judge a person by his appearance, and should not use one mistake to judge a person's character. So Miss Lu, tell me, what kind of family education would allow a girl like you to get drunk with a man in a hotel? Lu Qianqian's throat was a little choked. She did not say anything. You should be aware of your and Muan's status. People like you, your every action is being watched by others. Why can't you be friends openly? Do you really not understand? I don't care if you like Muan or not. But let me tell you one thing. I will never accept my granddaughter-in-law being dirty. You have a bad reputation now. Do you know how much it affects Muan? Chapter 331. Who let you in? Old Lin looked at Lin Muan coldly and asked, Miss Lu, I haven't done anything to your grandson yet. She doesn't want to be your granddaughter-in-law at all. Lin Muan pushed Lu Qianqian and refuted Old Lin. Go, Lin Muan. If you don't want to hear worse words, don't leave this place now. I'm sorry today, Lin Muan said to Lu Qianqian with a pained expression. Lu Qianqian glanced at Lin Muan and then at Old Lin. She nodded. Then I'll go first. Okay. You can go. But tomorrow, I will go to your parents myself, and let them know how to discipline their daughter. Don't lead other people's children astray. Lu Qianqian endured the unfair treatment and turned to leave, because she knew that Lin Muan would be in more trouble if she stayed. But Lu Qianqian did not return home. Instead, she drove to Jingting. Chi-Chi. Mu Chi-Chi was frightened when she saw Lu Qianqian's face full of tears. Did Lin Muan bully you? Lu Qianqian shook her head while crying. No. Although Mu Chi-Chi was anxious, she had to wait for Lu Qianqian to stop crying. On the other hand, Old Lin hit his grandson's back with a stool. What did I teach you? You can offend anyone. Do you still remember who you are? And what kind of status do you have to provoke those shady people with bad reputations? Lin Muan endured the old man's scolding. He was angry and wronged. From now on, will you still see that ill-mannered woman? I told you that Lu Qianqian and I are just friends. And Grandpa, you really let me see the most despicable side of a man. You are not talking to Qianqian as an elder. You are just bullying the weak. You are insulting and attacking a 20-year-old child. How superior do you think you are? In my heart, you are just shameless and stubborn. You value men more than women. You ignore human rights and have no basic respect for women. You can restrict me from making friends, and you can hurt Qianqian so that we can no longer contact each other. But in my heart, my respect for you has collapsed from this moment onwards. You are only in your 20s? Do you know what life is? Even if I don't know anything, I don't need you to teach me. Since I was born, I have the right to freedom. Lin Muan retorted coldly. Don't talk so much. When we go back, I want you to go on a blind date and get engaged. Don't forget what kind of status you have used to run amok all these years. When I published my first book, no one knew that I was from the Lin family. After saying this, Lin Muan stood up. When I get back, I'll immediately change to a pen name that no one will know. I won't use Lin Muan's identity in public anymore. I'll return everything to you and the Lin family." After saying this, Lin Muan took off his clothes from head to toe and threw them in front of the old man. "I beg you, please let me go." The old man's throat was burning, and he couldn't say anything. Only his hands were left, trembling nonstop. "You said it yourself. If you insist on getting along with that girl from the Liu family, you don't have to return to the Lin family anymore. I'll pretend that I don't have you as my grandson, and you can forget about getting any benefits from the Lin family. I'm only 21 years old. I don't want my life to be arranged by you, and regret it for the rest of my life." After saying that, Lin Muan walked out of the hotel naked. What was there to be a son of a rich family, and a young master of a government? Jingting. Late at night, Lu Qianqian finally stopped crying. She told Mu Qiqi, "I don't know who told us, but Lin Muan's grandfather came. We were drunk and he caught us red-handed. Then, Lin Muan's grandfather came to talk to me. Lin Muan pushed me away to protect me. So I don't know what's going on with him now." After saying that, Lu Qianqian buried her face in her palms. "Lin Muan's grandfather even said that he's going to look for my parents." After hearing that, Mu Qiqi held Lu Qianqian's hand. "Fortunately, that bastard Lin Mu, and didn't let you suffer too much. But I'm worried about Lin Muan." Lu Qianqian looked up with tears in her eyes. "My parents are used to it. It can't be helped that they have such a useless daughter. But this time, Lin Muan is going to be taught a lesson by his grandfather. He is the grandson of the Lin family. You don't have to worry too much." Soon, Mu Qiqi received a call from Lin Muan. "Is Qianqian at your house? Where are you? I'm at your door. But I'm not wearing any clothes. Can I trouble the crown prince to give me some old clothes?" Although Mu Qiqi didn't know what was going on, she still took a set of clothes that Sheng Xiao rarely wore, and asked him to give it to him. Sheng Xiao chuckled when he saw Qianqian naked. "Did you get robbed?" "I fell out with my family," Lin Muan said helplessly. "Is Qianqian at your house? Is Jingting a place for clandestine love affairs?" Sheng Xiao was a little displeased. Soon they entered Jingting together. It was only then that Lu Qianqian saw Lin Mu, and standing behind Sheng Xiao. His figure was different from Sheng Xiao's, so it was a little strange for him to be wearing the clothes. "Lin Muan." "Qianqian, why are you still crying?" Sheng Xiao grabbed Mu Qiqi's hand when he saw her. "Let's go upstairs. There's nothing for us to do here." Mu Qiqi smiled and followed Sheng Xiao obediently. "I didn't know that Lin Muan had such courage. Do you think you're leaving the family just by taking off your clothes and showing your attitude? It's not that easy." Mu Qiqi nodded at that. The elders of the big families usually had many tricks up their sleeves. They relied on their blood relationship to control and coerce others. Lin Mu, and had yet to see how powerful those tricks were. "I hope he can stay strong until the end." Downstairs, Lin Muan held Lu Qianqian's hand and apologized profusely. "It's my fault. It's all my fault. I made you suffer. Your grandfather is your grandfather and you are you. I can still tell. But, how are you going to stay with the Lin family after all?" Lu Qianqian told him. "Don't worry about me. I'm your grandfather after all. I'll be fine after being angry for a few days." Lin Mu, and did not tell Lu Qianqian that he had left the Lin family. "I'll send you home. It's late now. You can't stay in Jingting. Then where are you going?" Lu Qianqian asked Lin Muan. "I'll sleep in the studio. Grandpa might go after your parents tomorrow." "Don't worry. My parents won't be bullied so easily." Chapter 332. Since Lin Muan was serious, old Lin was certainly not joking. It was not impossible for Lin Muan to leave the Lin family. Early the next morning, old Lin told everyone in the Lin family that Lin Muan no longer wanted to live as a young master of the Lin family. That was why he was no longer a young master of the Lin family, and the public would no longer have to give him face. In short, the Lin family no longer recognized him. Of course, even if the Lin family expressed their attitude towards Lin Muan, they would not leave out the Liu family. Old Lin personally went to Lu Holdings and requested to meet Papa Lu. Papa Lu did not know why Old Lin came, because he did not interfere with his daughter's friendships. Still, he was wary when he saw the Lin family's aggressive attitude. "May I know what business you have with me, Boss Lin?" Papa Lu did not remember having much of a relationship with the Lin family. "I'm here today because of your daughter and my grandson." Old Master Lin opened the door and said to Papa Lu, "Since you're both smart people, I'll be straightforward. Your daughter's current condition makes it unsuitable for her to be with someone else's young master. I'll discipline my grandson, but I'll have to trouble you to discipline your own daughter as well." "What do you mean, Elder Lin?" Papa Lu's face darkened. "It seems that you don't know about it. Last night, it was your daughter's birthday, and the two of them got drunk in the hotel lobby." Papa Lu asked Old Lin in return. "Since it was not a room, there must have been someone else there. It's not like they were alone, is it?" "I don't know if they were alone, but I do know that it was ugly. My grandson is innocent, and he still has to face others in the future." At that, Papa Lu finally understood why the old man came to Lu Holdings early in the morning. Being protective of his daughter, Papa Lu naturally did not give him a friendly look. "Elder Lin, are you misunderstanding something? Our Lu family is a big family, and we won't let her marry just anyone. Who can say for sure about the officials these days? Who knows if she falls from her position? We would have to be separated by a wall in the future. I naturally know how to discipline my daughter. Of course, since Boss Lin has come all the way here, I can't let you return empty-handed. Xiao Xiao, go and invite Miss Lin here." Because Lu Qianqian was also in the company, training to be her successor. After a while, Lu Qianqian entered the reception room and walked up to Papa Lu. "Dad, are you and the grandson of the Lin family a couple?" "No." Lu Qianqian shook her head. "Since they're not a couple, why are you so busy, Elder Lin? And Qianqian, can you set your sights higher when it comes to making friends?" Old Master Lin was naturally enraged, but he was still in the Lu family's territory. "Dad, I'll pay attention in the future. It's not that I want to criticize you, but your father is an all-powerful figure in the business world. Who hasn't he met? In the future, all you need to do is find someone who treats you well. What official's son? What third generation? They're all empty words. If a person's soul isn't clean, even if his body is clean, it's useless." Old Master Lin didn't get anything and returned in disappointment. He did not expect Papa Lu to be so protective. "Dad, I've embarrassed you again." Looking at Lu Qianqian's expression, Papa Lu quickly said, "It's not your fault. What right does an outsider have to criticize my daughter? And are you really close to that boy from the Lin family?" "Dad, you don't object, do you? He's a good man. But his family is difficult." Still, Papa Lu did not interfere with Lu Qianqian, because he knew that she was one of his daughter's last friends. "I'm still young and can still protect you. But what will you do when I'm old and useless?" "I won't. I'll never be old." Lu Qianqian threw herself into her father's arms. Still, Lu Qianqian's heart ached at Lin Muan's current situation. The young master of the Lin family was chased out by his family just because of her. So she planned to visit Lin Muan later. She wondered how he was doing in the studio. Old Master Lin asked his men to find the best young lady from the aristocratic families, and asked her to be similar to Mu Qiqi. In less than 2 days he got the name list. His assistant told Old Master Sheng about the most suitable candidate. Miss Gu, be it in terms of background or appearance, is the most suitable candidate for the chairman. Her father is a diplomat, her mother is in the shipbuilding industry, and her grandfather's background is even more extraordinary. Old Master Sheng looked at her photo, and then at the background. Compared to others, Mu Qiqi was like the difference between heaven and earth. Only a girl like her would be a good match for Sheng Xiao. What do you think? However, they were, after all, a powerful family. This matter wasn't something that could be facilitated by the old master's wishful thinking. The other party's family had to be willing as well. Whatever the case may be, Miss Gu had caught Old Master Sheng's eye. She was the most ideal candidate for his granddaughter-in-law. Of course, Old Master Sheng was very secretive about it, and did not let anyone know about it. Otherwise, Sheng Xiao would make a big fuss. On the other hand, Mu Chichi had gotten a place to accompany her tutor on a field trip. She was attending a speech at the university. Mu Chichi did not know who the speaker was, but found his face rather familiar, as if she had seen him somewhere before. Mu Chichi scratched her head and asked her classmate, "Who is he?" She smiled and rolled her eyes. "Why are you here if you don't know who he is?" "I'm here to wait for my tutor," Mu Chichi explained. "All right." His surname is Su, and his family is mainly involved in the research of medical equipment. They have made great contributions to the medical field. Are you interested in him, Chichi? Isn't the crown prince going crazy? No, I just have a feeling that I've seen him somewhere, Mu Chichi explained. He's very good. He's in his early 40s and has won many international awards. Mu Chichi was not interested in those things. Of course, she could not connect that man with anyone's face at the moment. Moreover, the world was so vast that it was not unusual for there to be similarities, and it was not worth her special attention. My tutor is coming out. I'm leaving. Mu Chichi rose from her seat and followed her tutor. Still, she paid special attention to the man's identity, Sui Hong. You're lucky today. Today's field trip is a major murder case, but you must be mentally prepared. The scene will stink, and most importantly, I won't walk around or touch anything, because I have to protect the scene. Mu Chichi finished her tutor's words. Chapter 333. Mu Chichi was just a freshman. She was obviously the least qualified to stand in front of the fifth-year seniors. The group followed the forensics team to the crime scene, and Mu Chichi could smell the stench of corpses from afar. It was winter. Even if Jianchuan was not as cold as other places, the time of death would not have been short if the corpses had such a stench. The others covered their mouths, but Mu Chichi was the only one who appeared overly calm. The tutor was in front. After looking at the 3 corpses, he asked the students, "Can you find any valuable clues from the scene?" The corpses were in the bushes. 2 men were lying on their sides in an irregular pattern, while the other half of a woman's body was submerged in the water, while her lower body was stuck in the mud by the shore. The students took a careful look and took a few steps back. They had no clue. After all, it was the first time they had seen such a disgusting scene. Meanwhile, Mu Chichi kept observing. She did not dare to move around, afraid that she would destroy any clues. "What about you, Chichi?" "Tutor, she's just a freshman. What could she know? And she's a delicate rich wife." One of the seniors began to mock her. There was some distance between the 3 corpses, which was why Mu Chichi could only see the woman's corpse. Although the female corpse's head is facing the water, she must have been drowned. Look carefully at her legs. They are crossed in an X shape. This is because after she died, the movement of the water changed the direction of her body. Why wasn't she washed away? Because she must have been kneeling, and her knees and thighs were too deep in the mud. After hearing this, the tutor nodded. "If you were given a chance to get close to this female corpse, would you be able to estimate the approximate time of her death?" There are many ways to determine the time of death. An autopsy is needed. Tutor, it's impossible to get accurate information by getting close to the corpse. The tutor nodded. Still, he suddenly felt that Mu Chichi was born to be a forensic doctor. "Is this your first time?" "Yes." Mu Chichi nodded. "Why aren't you throwing up?" "I don't think it's that disgusting." Because of her reverence for the dead, she did not find it scary when she remembered her mother's charred body when she died. "I'll bring you out often in the future." The instructor felt that he was a good seedling. "I brought you here today to let you see how a forensic doctor works. We'll talk about the rest in the future. Do you want to take a look at the forensics department?" "Of course I do. I think it's better if we don't go." A few of the senior brothers couldn't take it anymore. After all, it was a huge case the moment they arrived. "Then come with me, Chichi." "All right." Mu Chichi nodded. Mu Chichi looked at the time and felt that it was too late. She was about to call Sheng Xiao, but just as she took out her phone, Sheng Xiao called her. "Little one, you can't move when you see a corpse? You don't even know how to go home." "I'll be right back. I'm at the entrance of the criminal investigation unit." "Come out." Sheng Xiao said and hung up. Meanwhile, Mu Qiqi carefully sniffed herself to see if there was any strange smell. When she saw Sheng Xiao outside, she ran to him with a smile. However, Sheng Xiao's nose was very sensitive. Now you're a real stinky thing. I can't smell it. Go back and take a bath. Sheng Xiao ordered and brought Mu Qiqi back to Jingting. Before Mu Qiqi could say anything, he dragged her upstairs and threw her into the bathtub. Can you take it? If not, I'm the only student who didn't puke today. Xiao, I don't know why. I was only thinking about deciphering the secrets left behind by the deceased and finding the murderer. That's why I didn't notice the stench at all. That's right. Sheng Xiao pinched Mu Qiqi's nose as he washed her hair. I've really underestimated you. My Sheng Xiao's woman is so different. You're going to stink in the future. Well, I'll have to force myself to wash you a few more times. In the real world, there were many people who would stay away from forensics. Even ordinary people would do that, let alone Sheng Xiao, the crown prince of Huangyao. Even so, he had never disrespected anyone's profession. It was also one of the reasons Mu Qiqi loved him wholeheartedly, because it was a personal charm that not everyone could achieve. Well, Grandpa won't want to see me when he finds out. What does it have to do with Grandpa if you live with me for the rest of your life? Really? Not a shadow. Many people would say that they would think of dismembered corpses when they see a forensics doctor. Silly thing, you've grown up. You've become more mature. Mu Qiqi used to avoid the Mu family at all costs. And now, the little one was not even afraid of corpses. Wasn't her improvement 1,000 miles in a day? Grandpa Sheng didn't have the energy to discuss Mu Qiqi's profession at the moment, because he was trying to reach an agreement with the Gu family. After all, Sheng Xiao had a fiancé now, and it wouldn't be easy to mistreat the Gu family. If the Gu family agreed, he would find an excuse to bring Miss Gu into the Sheng family, claiming that she was the granddaughter of an old friend. Then, she would familiarize herself with the Sheng family, Huangyao and Sheng Xiao. When the time was right, he would have Sheng Xiao dump Mu Qiqi and officially marry Miss Gu. Still, whether it would work or not depended on whether the young lady of the Gu family was really interested in Sheng Xiao. If this matter went smoothly, he would invite her to his home during his birthday banquet in March. Of course, he wouldn't reveal Miss Gu's identity then, but he would let Mu Qiqi know how powerful her opponent was. 8 o'clock at Lin Muan's studio. Now that the Lin family had announced that they had cut ties with Lin Muan, many people who were interested in his background took the chance to kick him when he was down. Moreover, when Lin Muan told his agent that he would change his pen name and bury the name Lin Muan, his agent thought that he was crazy. You know how the market is now, but you're telling me that you're not going to use the name Lin Muan anymore. Then, everything you've accumulated will go to waste. Not only that, you'll have to start all over again. Do you know how difficult it is to start all over again? I'm not afraid of difficulties. Lin Muan, wake up. Is it worth it for a woman? As a matter of fact, Lu Qianqian was outside his studio. She heard their conversation, and she felt terrible. Do you think that I can't achieve anything without the Lin family? Isn't that so? I didn't rely on the Lin family, but I still became famous. Lin Muan retorted. I have the ability, but I won't force you if you don't believe me. Chapter 334. Why do you all think I'm doing this for Qianqian? Lin Muan asked in return. Not for anyone but myself. Do you want me to follow Grandpa's arrangements and marry a woman I don't know and live like this for the rest of my life? What's wrong with Grandpa arranging things for you? A young master like you has never suffered, and only knows how to be willful and reckless every day. How do you know I've never suffered? Lin Muan retorted. Realizing that he might have said the wrong thing, the manager quickly turned his face away. I only know now that in your heart, I'm just a useless young master who only knows how to rely on my family. Young Master Lin, you're not. I understand. I don't want to be a burden to you either. You should go and find a positive boss who knows how to grasp opportunities. The two quarreled, and the manager could only sigh and leave Lin Muan's studio. But the moment he opened the door, he saw Lu Qianqian behind it. Lin Muan's manager was stunned, but he still left without looking back. Lu Qianqian quickly went in and put the cake on the table. Then, she asked Lin Muan, "Didn't you say that your grandfather would only be angry for a few days?" "Little Pepper." Lin Muan shrugged. "I'm not as weak as you think. I can live on my own even if I leave the Lin family." "Actually, your manager is right. How many people want a chance like yours?" "You think so too?" Lu Qianqian smiled and gave him the cake. "I believe you can be independent, but I don't believe you can escape from your grandfather. Have you ever been poor? I didn't eat for 2 days and hid under a bridge for 3. Does that count? Actually, I have the courage to leave the Lin family completely." Lin Muan smiled at Lu Qianqian. "Do you know what I did behind my grandfather's back before I started writing my book? I enrolled in the police academy to escape from my grandfather's control. The military and the police are 2 different systems, and I don't want to be under my grandfather's control. But he threatened me with illness, so I quit school. And then I started writing my book." Lu Qianqian felt as if she had met a new Lin Muan at that. This kind of feeling was actually quite good, because she knew that Lin Muan wasn't the kind of secular young master who was willing to accept being suppressed by his family. He could endure hardship. "Then, what are your plans now?" "I want to apply to resume my studies. Maybe you don't believe me, but before you appeared, I did think about staying in my grandfather's palm for the rest of my life. But when he treated you like that, I thought to myself, why would I sacrifice my youth to protect someone I don't think is worth it? Although I was born in the Lin family, I have my own ideals. I am also an independent person. I don't want to make those socialites happy every day. I just want my good friend to be happy." After Lu Qianqian heard this, she held Lin Muan's hand. "Since you want to do this, then let's do it. We're all adults. Make your choice and bear the consequences. As long as you don't regret your choice, I don't think there's anything to hesitate about. You won't lose me as a friend. Little Pepper, maybe you're the only one who supports me like this. You're wrong. There's also Chi-Chi. She's my best friend. If I support you, she will support you too. Moreover, think about it. She's the fiancée of the Sheng family's crown prince. But she didn't change her course to study finance or management. She's still studying forensics. You're both people who hold on to your dreams." At Lu Qianqian's words, Lin Muan ate the pastry she bought. "Let's do that. But I'm going back to school. You have to visit me often." "Got it. Who asked you to suffer in there? I'll give you more drumsticks when I go back." With that, both of them laughed. What poor people did every day was to change their fate through hard work. It was the same for the rich. So what if they were rich? They had no choice in their lives. With that decision, Lin Muan went to school early the next morning and asked his tutor to resume his studies. Lin Muan was actually a good seedling. It was just that his grandfather kept interfering with his dangerous work. That was why the school was helpless at the time. Now that Lin Muan returned on his own, the tutor could not be happier. Still, he was worried that his grandfather would stop him again. "What if your grandfather gets sick and threatens you again?" "That's because I'm unfilial." He was too young to be frightened then. But this time it was different. "Tell me, what made you change like this? What made you so determined?" "Love. You have a girlfriend?" Lin Muan smiled, looking silly. "We're just friends." But he wanted to protect Lu Qianqian. He had met a scumbag before, and was now discriminated against by others. He wanted a strong body and strong will. Wouldn't that make him better able to protect his friends and lovers? He just did not know how old Lin would feel when he learned that he had resumed his studies. Meanwhile, Lu Qianqian worked even harder because of Lin Muan's encouragement. Because she could feel Lin Muan's passionate friendship, it was more precious than anything to her. What Lin Muan wanted to change was what she wanted to change too. There were too many doubts and speculations about young people in this world. But could they not be forgiven after making a mistake? Lu Qianqian did not believe it. On the other hand, old Sheng had contacted the Gu family, but they had not officially met yet. Perhaps because of his guilty conscience, Grandpa Sheng had not been bothering Mu Chi-Chi even verbally. Mama Sheng almost thought that he had changed. After sixth brother had messed up Huang Yao, he knew where he stood. Even if he still hated Mu Chi-Chi, His most important goal now was to find his sister. Sheng Minghui was nowhere to be found, and old Sheng regretted it very much. There were only 2 daughters in the Sheng family. Now that 4th sister was driven away and 7th sister was chased out, old Sheng felt that it was not perfect to have 1 less daughter in the Sheng family. He thought to himself that he should find some time to visit Minglan and bring her back. At most, he would not interfere with her company, but he did not know that Sheng Minglan and Jing Yun were living together now. He would probably go crazy if he saw them. Late at night, Mu Qiqi was sitting on the sofa at home, thinking about who that Su person looked like. Chapter 335. What is it, Miss Mu Qiqi? Miss Qiqi, Jing Yun asked. There's a man with the surname Su, who has been giving a speech in Shengting these few days. He looks very similar to you. I noticed him the first time I saw him, especially his eyes. Mu Qiqi took out her phone and showed him a photo. After listening, Jing Yun took the phone and looked at it, and was a little surprised. Don't they look alike? Won't we know if we check? Sheng Xiao was not obsessed with photos. He would know everything after a DNA test. But how do we get his DNA? Are we going to ask for it directly? Let's check his background first. Sheng Xiao did not want to disturb Jing Yun's mind right now. The world is so big. There are always people who look alike. You're right, Xiao Xiao. This was the first time Jing Yun felt something strange in his heart. He had never hoped that his family would still be alive. Whether he could find them or not, he was already very satisfied with his current life. In fact, it was good to maintain the status quo. From the looks of it, he doesn't actually want to cause trouble and distance himself from 4th sister. Sheng Zhao's words exposed Jing Yun's inner thoughts. I think you should figure out where you come from. It's your choice whether you want to recognize your family. Mu Qiqi believed that no one would want to live their entire life muddle-headed. Even Jing Yun would want to know who his parents were, and why they left him alone in the first place. Jing Yun looked at the photo. He had a plan in his mind. Do you remember why I insisted that Qi return to the Shen family? Although it would not help Grandpa Shen to acknowledge Mu Qiqi's identity, he could not stop them from getting engaged because Mu Qiqi was a member of the Shen family. Jing Yun understood what Sheng Xiao meant. Having a family and not was like heaven and hell. I'll handle it. Sheng Xiao did not say anything else. He hugged Mu Qiqi and said to Jing Yun, Then why aren't you leaving? Is there no one waiting for you at home? Xiao Xiao. Mu Qiqi couldn't help but hit Sheng Xiao's chest. How could he chase away a guest like that? Jing Yun received the order and left Jingting. On his way home, he thought about many things. When he reached home, Sheng Minglan had already prepared dinner. Jing Yun saw her busy figure and quickly hugged her from behind. What's going on today? Did 8th brother bully you? Didn't I tell you? You're his brother-in-law now. No, I'm just too hungry. Then hurry up and eat. Sheng Minglan picked up the utensils and was about to leave when Jing Yun took them from her and put them down, before lifting her up and placing her on the counter. Jing Yun. Sheng Minglan was startled. I'm sorry. I'm too hungry. Jing Yun apologized softly before kissing her lips. His hunger wasn't his stomach's. Sheng Minglan was stunned. How difficult was it for a blockhead like Jing Yun to play tricks? Soon, they forgot that there was food on the table outside, and the kitchen became their new pleasure ground. As it turned out, Jing Yun was not as calm as he usually was when he did such things. But in the middle of the night, Jing Yun suddenly woke up from a nightmare. He let go of the woman in his arms and looked at the time. It was only 3 in the morning, but for some reason, he had not had such a dream for a long time. In the dream, he was abandoned by a tall man in a world of ice and snow. He could not see the man's back clearly, but he remembered what he said. This place is very far from home. You will never find your way home. Jing Yun suddenly couldn't tell if it was a dream or reality. He looked down at Sheng Minglan beside him. She was fast asleep. Jing Yun did not wake her up, and instead quietly got up. His birth was like Pandora's box. Once opened, it might not necessarily be a scene of separated relatives hugging and crying. 2 days later, at the Lin residence. At first, Grandpa Lin wanted to cut off his grandson's source of income and teach the rascal a lesson. But until now, he hadn't even heard from Lin Muan. Was this child really angry? Was he hiding? Grandpa Lin spent some effort to find Lin Muan. But Lin Muan's former manager told him, "Your grandson no longer wants to listen to your arrangements. He insists on being independent, so I hope you won't come looking for him in the future. Look, the company is planning to take all his promotions and works off the shelves." Grandpa Lin immediately felt that something was wrong. He even sent someone to follow Lu Qianqian, but found that Lin Muan was not with her. He asked around many times, and finally found out where Lin Muan was. He actually went to the police academy to apply to resume his studies behind the Lin family's back. When Grandpa Lin learned about it, he clutched his chest and stumbled a few steps back. That bastard! Doesn't he know that I'm against him going to the police academy? He's only willing to go against me. Grandpa Lin rushed to the academy and asked to see Lin Muan. But Lin Muan was already wearing his uniform and looked like a proper officer. He knew that Grandpa Lin would come, which was within his expectations. "Come home with me. As long as you come home with me, I won't regret making friends with you. You can play with whoever you want and do whatever you want, as long as you leave the police academy." Lin Muan was unmoved and rejected the old man's request. "No, Grandpa. I'm not going back to the police academy to fight you. It's because I like being a police officer." "That's a hail of bullets," Grandpa Lin said hurriedly. "That's my choice too. In the end, you're still taking revenge on me." Grandpa Lin was upset. "No, I won't allow you to continue studying in the police academy. You're a descendant of the Lin family. You don't have to risk your life." "Grandpa, I must go to the police academy." "You can't stop me this time," Lin Muan said firmly. "I'll go to the principal and your director. If you think this will work, then go." Lin Muan was unmoved. Even if Grandpa Lin used all his power, he would never drop out of the academy because he didn't break any rules. It was obvious that Grandpa Lin was at a loss. Why did his obedient grandson suddenly become so disobedient? Grandpa Lin was so angry that he fainted in the study after returning home. This time, the Lin family called Lin Muan again, but Lin Muan said to them, "Take good care of Grandpa. Pretend that you never gave birth to an unfilial descendant like me." He really didn't compromise, because he wanted to become a useful person. Chapter 336. As expected, Lu Qianqian kept her word. No matter how busy she was, she would make time to visit Lin Muan and at the police academy with a drumstick. Because the police academy was different from ordinary universities, the winter and summer holidays were very short, and the students also had to train on the weekends. Sometimes they could go out for a short while in the afternoon, but they were definitely not allowed to stay overnight. So this was a small chance for Lin Muan to see Lu Qianqian. Lu Qianqian suddenly laughed when she saw Lin Muan and in his police uniform. "No, what's wrong?" Lin Muan looked at himself curiously. "I'm just not used to seeing you so serious all of a sudden." Lu Qianqian covered her mouth and laughed. "But to be honest, it's much cooler than you in a suit." Of course, Lin Muan still had that little bit of pride. "It's a pity that I came back at the wrong time. The police academy is about to start its holidays. I brought you a drumstick. The training must have been tough." It was more than just bitter. Lin Muan pulled up his sleeves, revealing the bruises on his arms. "Although it's tough, I'm happy. Thank you for the drumstick. I'm going to eat. The food in the canteen isn't that good." As Lu Qianqian watched Lin Muan eat the drumstick, she took out a small box and handed it to him. "What is this?" "Protective talisman," Lu Qianqian explained. "It's said that being a police officer is a life of bullets. So I wish you a long life." Lin Muan smiled and accepted the small box. "Female CEO, you have to study hard too. Don't fall behind me. I'm smart and quick-witted. How can I lose to you? You are a scumbag." Both of them bickered as usual. But for Lin Muan, Lu Qianqian's visit made the physical pain he suffered in the police academy vanish without a trace. When he returned to the police academy, he lay on his bed and opened the gift Lu Qianqian had given him. Seeing that it was really a safety charm, he carefully hung it around his neck. I will definitely grow up to be a friend that can protect you. On the other hand, Lu Qianqian could study harder because of Lin Mu An's encouragement. Everyone was improving, and she couldn't always lick her own wounds. Over the last few days, Mu Qiqi had gone out to field several times with her instructor, and returned home every day with different scents. Because it went deep into the hair, there was no way to prevent the smell. No matter how you washed, there would still be some residual smell. Old Sheng had called to inform the entire Sheng family to come home for dinner. In fact, he wanted to discuss a way to bring Sheng Minglan home. However, it was inconvenient for Mu Qiqi to attend, because the smell on her was unbearable. Xiao Xiao, the old man can't wait for me not to go to the Sheng family's dinner anyway. Let's just forget about it this time, lest he uses the smell on me to make a fuss again. Sheng Xiao hugged Mu Qiqi and hooked her chin. There's no smell. Why not? You're helping me because you're a fan. But the Sheng family won't be polite to me. Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He just let go of Mu Qiqi and went to the study to make a call. Since Qi'er was not going, there was no need for him to go back. Moreover, he even informed Jing Yin, "Find the best perfumer in France. I want to meet him in a few days." He did not want the little one to hate him because of those things. Meanwhile, the Sheng family was already seated around the dining table. Although Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi's seats were empty, the old man glanced at them and asked Mama Sheng, "What's going on?" "Eighth brother just called. He's going on a business trip, so he won't be coming tonight. Does he think nothing of me now that he's the CEO of Huang Yao? Even if he's not coming, where's Mu Qiqi?" Wasn't the old man asking a question he already knew the answer to? Wasn't it obvious that Mu Qiqi was coming to be humiliated when eighth brother was not coming? "Father, just tell me what you want." Mama Sheng quickly changed the topic. "Seventh sister has been missing for some time, and we couldn't find her. That's why fourth sister is the only girl left in our generation, but she's still out there and wouldn't come home. It was because seventh sister was here before. Now that she's gone, you should think of a way to bring her back. No daughter of the Sheng family would want to live in the cage that was the Sheng family. Fourth sister had already tasted freedom outside. Why would she come back?" "Father, you had promised fourth sister that you wouldn't interfere with her life. It's not good for you to go back on your word." He remembered how he had been fickle in front of Sheng Xiao before, and how he had lost his position as CEO of Huang Yao and 10% of the company's shares. If he were to provoke fourth brother now, he would probably lose even more. "She's a daughter of the Sheng family in the end. I won't interfere with her marriage as long as she comes home." The old man's words were pleasant, but could he not object when he found out that Jing Yun and Sheng Minglan were together? Naturally, no one in the Sheng family knew about it. "Xiao Qin, I'll leave this to you. I want our family to be together." Mama Sheng was helpless but nodded in the end. "I'll do my best." Of course, it would be better for Mama Sheng to know than the old man, right? Mama Sheng went to Sheng Minglan's company early next morning, so that she wouldn't waste her time, and could see her before she went to work. But when she saw Sheng Minglan's car parked in the garage, and was about to get out, she saw Jing Yun getting out of the driver's seat first, before going around the car to drive for Sheng Minglan. They were holding hands, and their posture was very intimate. Mama Sheng did a double take, suspecting that her eyes were playing tricks on her. That was why she quickly got out of the car and followed Jing Yun, only to find that they were kissing at the entrance of the company. Mama Sheng promptly covered her mouth and quickly returned to her car. What was going on? Why was Jing Yun with fourth sister? With that question in mind, Mama Sheng called Sheng Xiao. However, Sheng Xiao was in the bathroom, and Mu Qiqi was the one who answered. "What's the matter, mother?" "Xiao Xiao is washing up." "Qiqi, tell me, do you know fourth sister's secret?" Mama Sheng asked straightforwardly. Mu Qiqi did a double take, her whole body stiffening. "Mother, you. Indeed, you know about it too. This morning, I saw the two of them being very intimate in front of fourth sister's office. These two kids are way too brave. Don't they know what the consequences will be if the old man finds out?" "Mother, don't tell Grandpa, all right? Fourth sister is finally a little happy, but I would keep it a secret for the rest of my life if I could." But this is about marriage and children. Wouldn't your grandfather know? Mama Sheng was really anxious. I saw the two of them come to the company together this morning. How far have they progressed? Stop. Mama Sheng understood what Muchichi meant. Chapter 337. Why aren't you doing anything? Mama Sheng was beside herself. Even the rest of the Sheng family wouldn't accept Jing Yun as the Sheng family's son-in-law, let alone the old man. Just because Jing Yun has nothing? Sheng Xiao, that won't work. You and Mu Qiqi could get engaged because she's the Shen family's granddaughter, but Jing Yun. Mom, do you not like Jing Yun too? Sheng Xiao asked in return. Of course I like that child, since he's been by your side for so many years. But your grandfather, you don't have to worry about anything if you like him. Sheng Xiao promptly cut her short. Fourth sister had opened Jing Yun's heart after much difficulty, or that blockhead would have ended up with fourth sister long ago. Mama Sheng could only sigh at that. How much more do you children have to make me worry before it's enough? That was precisely why Mu Qiqi and Sheng Xiao believed that their mother would not tell the old man about it. How worrisome. If that's the case, tell Jing Yun to restrain himself and fourth sister. The old man might visit her company from time to time. If Jing Yun knew that Mama Sheng had found out about their relationship, his heart that had just been opened would instantly close again. Mu Qiqi couldn't help sighing when Sheng Xiao put down his phone. It's lucky that Mom found out first. The consequences would be unthinkable if it was Grandpa. Call fourth sister later and tell her about it in a roundabout way, so that she'll be careful of Jing Yun's emotions. Mu Qiqi nodded. Got it, Xiao Xiao. Still, this matter has to be resolved. Check his identity first. He had prepared for the worst since he did not expect that Jing Yun might be related to the Su family. Still, since this matter could minimize the damage, he certainly had to do both at the same time. Of course, he would only consider that if Jing Yun was really a member of the Su family, and they really had the intention of finding their child. In the afternoon, Jing Yun received the background information on the Su family and handed it to Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao glanced at it and smiled in return. You haven't opened it yourself? No. Jing Yun calmly shook his head. Sheng Xiao opened the envelope and took out the results of the investigation and found that the Su family was not a bunch of mediocre people. The person in charge of the Su family was one of the top medical equipment suppliers in the country. He had been engaged in the development of medical equipment for many years and had made many contributions to the medical field. The Su couple had 2 sons and 1 daughter. Su Yihong was the eldest, Su Wei the second, and the youngest Su Yifeng, who had been missing for many years. Sheng Xiao flipped through the documents and looked at the photo of third brother left on the Su family tree. That was clearly how Jing Yun looked when he was young. Was there even a need to check? The Su family had only recently moved to Jianchuan to develop. Before this, they had been far away in the coastal cities. If the Su family had always been thousands of miles away, why would Jing Yun end up in Jianchuan? When he was done, he put all the documents on the table and asked, What do you think? I can tell you with certainty that you are a member of the Su family. I don't know. Jing Yun paused for a moment, feeling very lost. I believe that the Su couple must be looking for you. After all, they had searched the city they used to live in for years, but to no avail. I was abandoned. Jing Yun told Sheng Xiao about his dream. Recently, I've been having this dream a lot. In the dream, I'm being brought thousands of miles away by a man and then abandoned. It's because that's the only way I can't go home. That's not hard to explain. Why the Su family couldn't find their own child despite having such a large family business. Perhaps someone deliberately gave them the wrong direction. If that's the case, we must first find out who that person is. With that, Sheng Xiao turned his office chair and studied Jing Yun from head to toe. I really didn't expect you to have such a background. Young master. Of course, acknowledging the Su family is another matter. We must first find the one who abandoned you and torture him. It was Jing Yun's choice to return to the Su family, and no one could interfere. Even so, it was time for the person who had tortured Jing Yun for years to pay the price. Sheng Xiao did not tell Mama Sheng about the Su family, because they didn't know what had happened to them. That was why Mama Sheng was worried. When she returned to the Sheng family at night, she was inevitably questioned by the old man. What happened when you went to see fourth sister today? I didn't get to see her today, but I've told her secretary that I wanted to meet her. Mama Sheng could still imagine the two young people's intimacy. Hurry. I know. Mama Sheng replied. Fourth sister never cared about the Sheng family in the past, let alone now that she was living with Jing Yun. There was really no telling what clever move Sheng Xiao could come up with. Sheng Xiao wanted to investigate Jing Yun's abandonment all those years ago, but he didn't know how many other people were involved. Doing his best not to alarm the Su family, Sheng Xiao learned the reason behind the disappearance of the third son of the Su family. That year, Su Holdings had just experienced internal strife, with Papa Su and Jing Yun's eldest uncle fighting for control of Su Holdings. At the time, the eldest uncle of the Su family even made a move on the children of the Su family to threaten Papa Su. To protect the children, Papa Su had his wife take the 3 children into hiding. Su Yihong had fled to the Su family's mansion on the island, leaving the 3 to return to the mansion the next day. But when Mama Su took a plane the next day, she found that her son who had been following her was gone, and the Su couple had searched for him for 10 years. Even so, there was no news of their youngest son. Come to think of it, the one who lost Jing Yin was his mother. Mu Qiqi leaned on Sheng Xiao and finished reading the information. But that clearly doesn't make sense. Jing Yin said that someone had deliberately left him 1,000 miles away. Think about it. There are only a few possibilities at the time. First, the eldest uncle of the Su family abducted Papa Su's son, so that he would lose his beloved son. Second, it has nothing to do with the eldest uncle of the Su family. But who could it be? Who would benefit from losing Jing Yin? Sheng Xiao hugged her at Mu Qiqi's analysis and smiled meaningfully. Whose cheese did Jing Yin touch? Wouldn't the truth be revealed when he returns? Chapter 338. He's afraid that the Su family is just like the Sheng family, scheming against each other, and afraid that he can't protect fourth sister. It's only natural that Jing Yin would be afraid. If Mu Qiqi didn't love Sheng Xiao so much that she couldn't live without him, why would she go to such a dangerous place like the Sheng family? Still, I have the feeling that giving in won't reap good results. If Jing Yin was really killed by someone, I would definitely find the culprit if I were him. Sheng Xiao looked down at Xiao Qi, and couldn't help chuckling. It's good that you know how to take revenge. Mu Qiqi couldn't help pushing him away when she saw him approaching. Don't get so close to me. I stink. Sheng Xiao did not move away from her. Instead, he hugged her tightly in his arms. I don't despise you, and you despise me? The French perfumer will come tomorrow, and I'll have her make a perfume specifically for your skin. Will it really work? Mu Qiqi asked. It definitely will. Mu Qiqi couldn't help reaching out to unbutton Sheng Xiao's shirt at his words. You're the person who treats me the best in this world. So, mister, do you want to marry me? Mu Qiqi asked flirtatiously. Sheng Xiao said nothing else, and simply grabbed Mu Qiqi's hand, flipping her over and pressing her beneath him. Since she was offering herself to him, he wouldn't hold back. Late at night, in Sheng Minglan's apartment, Jing Yin knew everything about himself, but he didn't tell Sheng Minglan a single word. It wasn't because he hadn't thought of how to handle it yet. He must find the culprit, but he wouldn't know who it was without contact with the Su family. Jing Yin, you've been distracted all night. What's wrong? Jing Yin shook his head and continued watching TV with Sheng Minglan in his arms. What would you do if I'm not me? What do you mean? Jing Yin didn't answer. Instead, he lifted Sheng Minglan's chin and kissed her. It was a long time before he released her. Sheng Minglan's face was flushed now. We don't seem to have any restraint these days. I won't disturb you if you want to rest tonight, Jing Yin said. That's not what I mean. Minglan, are you really willing to be with me for the rest of your life, regardless of who I am? Even if I have nothing? Sheng Minglan was sure that Jing Yin was behaving strangely. She turned to look at him. Aren't I doing that now? I love you as a person, and the feelings you've shown me for so many years. They're not worldly possessions. I want to marry you. Having said that, Jingyun picked Sheng Minglan up from the sofa. How could a man not be affectionate when he had his lover in his arms? Blushing, Sheng Minglan could only hug his neck tightly and enjoy his most tender kisses and caresses. It was also on this night that Jingyun made a very important decision. On the other hand, Mama Sheng had not made any progress with Sheng Minglan, which annoyed the old man. He wanted Sheng Minglan to come home, but he did not know how to appear before his granddaughter. All along, he had asked someone to look for Sheng Minglan's address, though he did not know how he could appear in front of his granddaughter. That was why he went to Sheng Minglan's new company after running out of ideas. Of course, he did not go there himself. So, having exhausted all his options, he went to Sheng Minglan's new company to see if there was any news about Seventh Sister. But when he arrived at Sheng Minglan's new company and revealed his identity, he was stopped by the secretary. I'm sorry, Chief Sheng is not in the office right now. In fact, Sheng Minglan was having lunch with Jingyun near the office. Even during lunch break, Jingyun did not let go of the chance to meet Sheng Minglan. Helpless when he did not see her, Sixth Brother turned to leave Sheng Minglan's office. But just as he stepped out of the door, he saw Jingyun and Sheng Minglan entering the office one after another. And when no one was paying attention, Sheng Minglan tiptoed and kissed Jingyun's cheek. Sixth Brother was left dumbfounded. Not knowing what was going on, he quickly hid in a corner. It was only after Jingyun left that he returned to Sheng Minglan's office. Sheng Minglan had already learned about Sixth Brother's visit from her secretary. But when she turned around and saw this person, her heart skipped a beat. Could he have seen everything just now? What are you doing here instead of working at Huangyao? Fourth Sister. I want to know if you've seen Seventh Sister. Or did she contact you on her own? No. Sheng Minglan shook her head. You should know how much Seventh Sister hates me. Why would she come looking for me? If that's the case, you should go back to your work, Fourth Sister. Sheng Minglan had wanted to ask Sixth Brother if he had seen anything he shouldn't have. But since Sixth Brother did not mention it, she would be exposing herself if she poked at him. In fact, Sixth Brother was not harboring any ill intentions. He simply believed that Jingyun was not good enough for his fourth sister. That was why he went straight to Huangyao after he left Sheng Minglan's office, dragged Jingyun to the balcony, and interrogated him. What is your relationship with fourth sister? Jingyun stared at Sixth Brother in shock, but soon regained his composure. Tell me, you toad. Are you still hoping to eat a swan? Let me tell you, I won't tell Grandpa about this for the time being, but you have to leave my fourth sister immediately. You have to know that being with her is harming her. If Grandpa finds out, he'll definitely beat her to death. I hope that sixth young master would keep his word and not tell the chairman about this. I won't say anything if you leave fourth sister. Otherwise, I'll have to let Grandpa handle this. I'll handle my own business. You know very well who you are, Jingyun. You've been with eighth brother for so many years, but you're still an outsider, and an orphan at that. You're just a servant and a dog of the Sheng family. Jingyun's gaze sharpened at the last word. Still, sixth brother did not think that he was wrong. Either way, you have to leave fourth sister now. I'll give you one day, or I'll tell Grandpa tomorrow. Jingyun said nothing as he watched sixth brother leave. Still, he should be more careful and not have too much intimate contact with Sheng Minglan when they were outside. Now that sixth brother knew and saw it by accident, there would be a huge uproar if he told the chairman, and the entire Sheng family would be in a mess. Chapter 339. Jingyun kept his cool and told Sheng Xiao about it. Sheng Xiao glared at him when he heard it. Don't you know how to restrain yourselves? My mom saw it too. Jingyun's entire body stiffened at that. How could a first-time lover know how intimate they appeared in front of outsiders? After all, both he and Sheng Minglan only had eyes for each other at the time. It's easy with my mom since she's on our side. But as for sixth brother, you know that he has a grudge against us because of what happened to seventh brother. Still, it's not difficult to pacify him for now. Still, you have to make plans for that. I'm going to meet the Su family, Jingyun answered. Because he wanted to uncover the truth, he did not want to be left in the dark. More importantly, he wanted to return to his rightful place. At least, he was not a dog of the Sheng family in sixth brother's eyes. Sheng Xiao was naturally unaware that sixth brother had said that to Jing Yun. He would not be sitting still if he did. Whatever the case may be, sixth brother was a ticking time bomb. Make the necessary arrangements since you're going to meet the Su family. Are you going to meet Su Yihong directly, or the Su couple? Jing Yun stared at Sheng Xiao but did not answer, because he was more inclined to meet the Su couple directly. Meanwhile, sixth brother paced around his room in irritation after he returned to the Sheng family's residence. After all, he was now carrying a shocking secret. He really wanted to tell the old man, and have him punish Jing Yun. How dare a toad lusting after a swan's flesh? He wanted the old man to beat Jing Yun up, so that he would know his place. Still, if he brought the matter to light, the old man would definitely punish Sheng Minglan as well. Although he was aware that seventh brother and fourth sister had a grudge, Mu Qiqi was the main culprit in the matter, which was why he did not blame fourth sister. Meanwhile, Mama Sheng's task was to keep an eye on sixth brother. She had received Sheng Zhao's call, and her worries were starting to come true. It was just that no one could connect the two of them now. Come to think of it, there were only a few places Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi could go on a date, because Sheng Xiao knew very well how vast Huang Yao's sphere of influence was. Now he could only stall for as long as he could. That night, Jing Yun went home to pack his things, pretending that he was going on a business trip. Sheng Minglan could not help being puzzled at that. I didn't hear eighth brother was going anywhere. Are you going alone? Jing Yun stopped what he was doing and straightened to Sheng Minglan. I'm going to find my identity. Sheng Minglan was puzzled. Be more specific. Actually, I've already found my parents and found out my true identity. However, I haven't met them yet. There are a lot of mysteries in my heart that I want to solve. So I plan to make a trip there. Sheng Minglan suddenly understood why Jing Yun had been acting strangely lately. Why did you only tell me now? Sheng, to Sheng said. Yun said, I say. I'll go with you. That way, I'll be the first to know if anything happens to you. Otherwise, I'll just be on tenterhooks. But sixth young master saw us today, and I'm afraid he wouldn't be able to stop himself from telling the chairman. That's why I'm entrusting you to him. You can stay in Jingting for a while, so I won't have to worry. Jing Yun, I said I'll go with you. Sheng Minglan was insistent. I want to know why your family would abandon you. Jing Yun was helpless but compromised. By the time we get back to Jianchuan, the news would have spread. It would come sooner or later, wouldn't it? Sheng Minglan was not afraid at all. In fact, she was a little delighted. After all, she had long wanted to tell the world about Jing Yun's identity. She loved him and wanted to be with him, and no one could separate them. Sleep for a while. I'll pack. Since Su Holdings had not fully moved here, the Su couple often stayed in other cities. Sheng Minglan nodded and held Jing Yun's hand tightly. No matter what happens, I will face it with you. I'm weak, but I'm not afraid of anything as long as I'm with you. Jing Yun called Sheng Xiao and asked him to keep sixth brother in check for now, or at least not let it happen when he was not in Jianchuan. Deep down he was retreating. He did not want to bring Sheng Minglan any pain. But now, this woman was holding his hand so firmly and staying by his side. If he retreated, he would not be a man anymore. After all, the two of them were already husband and wife. Regardless of what the future held, he would first work hard to resist the mountain that was old Sheng. He would sacrifice everything for Sheng Minglan, even his own life. Holding hands, the two of them sat in the airport lobby. This time, he was really going to find the answers to his parentage. Jing Yun is getting braver. Mu Qiqi was relieved when she learned that they were leaving together. Although there's no telling when sixth brother, that ticking time bomb, would explode. Do you think Jing Yun is still afraid? He was not afraid. He would stand in front of Sheng Minglan, even if thousands of arrows pierced his heart. I hope Jing Yun's trip ends well. Even then, Mu Qiqi was not aware of what old Sheng was up to in secret. She was worried about Jing Yun and Sheng Minglan, but did not know that her own situation was the one that worried her the most. After all, old Sheng had gotten in touch with the Gu family as he wished. and had a preliminary conversation with them. As for whether his plan could come to fruition in March, it all depended on whether Miss Gu was willing to cooperate. On the other hand, sixth brother could not sit still for the entire day. Mama Sheng had seen him walking past the old man's study many times, and it was easy to imagine how much the brat wanted to tell the old man about it. His sister was already guilty of the most heinous crime. Was he going to be the same as her? Sixth brother believed that he was keeping his word. After all, he had given Jing Yun 1 day to break up with Sheng Minglan, and he could not break his promise before the day was up. Unexpectedly, when he called Jing Yun the next morning, he found that his phone was not in the service area, just like Sheng Minglan. Could they have eloped because they knew that disaster was coming? Chapter 340. Sixth brother immediately wanted to go to the old man, but ran into Sheng Xiao on his way to the old man's study. Sheng Xiao was wearing a black handmade suit, his figure appearing tall and slender, as he stood in the corridor of the Sheng residence. Sixth brother, where are you going? Sixth brother glared at Sheng Xiao and pointed at his nose, scolding him. You found yourself a good-for-nothing Muchichi. Why would you ruin fourth sister's life? I don't understand. What happened to fourth sister? Stop playing dumb. By the way, the project manager in Africa has resigned. Why don't you go over and replace him? Sheng Xiao smiled. I was just about to talk to the old man about this. Why don't we go together? Tell me, where did Jingyun go? Why isn't your phone in the service area? I asked him to go on a business trip. What about it? Sheng Xiao's expression was calm throughout. I told this toad to break up with fourth sister. In the end, he eloped with fourth sister. I'm going to tell grandfather about this. All right, you can go and tell old master. No one can stop you. But you have to think about what happened to seventh sister, because she framed her. Sheng Xiao stared coldly at sixth brother. You can tell the old man about this, and he could ask Jing Yun to leave and disappear from this world. But you should know how much fourth sister would hate you in the end. In the end, this is fourth sister's business. What does it have to do with you? Sixth brother looked at Sheng Xiao, especially at his eyes. They were long, narrow and deep, and there was no telling what he was plotting. It was unfathomable. Jing Yun is your assistant. He's just a dog of the Sheng family. At least he has done something for the Sheng family. What have you done for the Sheng family? Sheng Xiao asked sixth brother in return. Every penny you spend now is thanks to Jing Yun. What right do you have to be so shameless and call him a dog? Is that so? So does he want something of a higher class, a loyal dog? Pack your things and go to Africa immediately. Otherwise, I'll freeze your account. Sheng Xiao did not want to be entangled with sixth brother. After all, they were like fire and water because of what happened to seventh sister. Who are you to decide whether I stay or leave? Because I am the president of Huang Yao. With that, Sheng Xiao turned around and left. Speaking of which, didn't you also contribute to this? Also, you call Jing Yun a dog, but in my heart, you're worse than a dog. I'll give you 2 hours to check in, or you'll have to bear the consequences. Sixth brother was reluctant. Sheng Xiao was clearly doing that to stop the old man from learning about Jing Yun and fourth sister. A loyal dog wanted to marry the young lady of the Sheng family? Most importantly, Jing Yun was Sheng Xiao's assistant, or sixth brother wouldn't bear such a grudge. Sheng Xiao did not go to Grandpa Sheng's study. Instead, he went to his mother's room. When Mama Sheng learned about it, she shook her head. This won't stop sixth brother. I don't want to stop him, Sheng Xiao replied. Let him cause trouble and anger the old man. It's just right. But what about Jing Yun and fourth sister? Did he really run out and hide? Eloped? Mom, Jing Yun went on a business trip. Fourth sister just followed him. But if the old man asks, how should I answer? Mama Sheng was very worried. Just say that Jing Yun went on a business trip with fourth sister, and nothing else. We'll talk about it when they come back. Even if sixth brother goes to the old man to make a fuss, the old man would have to believe him. You just have to pretend you don't know anything. But they would have to face. Sure. Sheng Xiao gestured for her to calm down. Meanwhile, Jing Yun and Sheng Minglan had successfully checked into the hotel. To smoothly meet Su matriarch, Sheng Minglan used her company's name to meet the Su couple. The Su couple were surprised when they received the invitation, since Sheng Minglan's department store and the medical industry had no potential for collaboration. Why would she meet the old couple? Still, the couple agreed to meet at 6 in the evening. Sheng Minglan looked down at Jing Yun when she read the reply. Nervous? Jing Yun shook his head. To convince them, I brought a picture of you when we were young. Jing Yun reached out to hug Sheng Minglan. Although he didn't say it, Sheng Minglan could feel that he was nervous, and his body was trembling. You'll see them tonight. Meanwhile, at the Sheng residence, sixth brother was packing his things early in the morning, which caught the old man's attention. Where are you going? Africa. Sixth brother replied irritably. Can't help it. The CEO of Huang Ya has a lot of influence. What can I do when he wants me to be in charge of a project in Africa? Since eighth brother sent you, just treat it as training. The old man glared at him. Aren't you curious, grandfather? Why would eighth brother send me to Africa? Do you think I don't know about your grudge? You hate eighth brother and Mu Chi-Chi because of seventh sister. Sixth brother couldn't help laughing at that. Our Sheng family is really inviting a wolf into our house. Grandpa, why don't you ask your eighth brother where his assistant went and where fourth sister went? Hearing this, Grandpa Sheng couldn't help but frown. What do you mean? What I mean is, you might have a poor grandson-in-law. You mean, that's impossible. The old man didn't believe it. It had been so many years, and it would have happened long ago if Jing Yin and fourth sister really had something going on. They wouldn't have waited until now. I saw it with my own eyes. They kissed and even went on a business trip together. Aren't you worried at all, grandfather? Hearing this, the old man's body stiffened. It's best if you investigate this in private. They might have been living together a long time ago. Ask eighth brother. He can think of 1,000 ways to brush you off. The old man took a deep breath and waved at sixth brother. Hurry up and leave. Don't be an eyesore. Sixth brother snorted coldly. He wouldn't believe that eighth brother would have the ability to marry Jing Yin into the Sheng family. But did Jing Yin need to marry into the Sheng family? The old man was upset when he heard the news, and promptly sent someone to Sheng Minglan's company to investigate. He found out that Sheng Minglan and Jing Yun were really close, having meals together, and getting off work together almost every day. What else could it be if not a couple? In fact, Sheng Xiao didn't stop the old man from investigating. Otherwise, he wouldn't have found anything if Sheng Minglan's company explained everything. What could he do even if he knew now? The old man became more furious the more he thought about it. Unable to contact Jing Yin and Sheng Minglan, he called Sheng Zhao's phone. Get your ass back here. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.